Bridges, and our calls are lit up. Let me go to Tim. Hi, Tim. Good morning.
Morning.
All right, Tim, what famous rapper's real name is Chris Bridges?
Ludacris.
Ludacris. You got it, man. Hang on just a second. We are going to get your information. This is Ludacris, by the way. And we are going to give you...
Plays the DJ Elf in Elf?
Yeah, not Elf, Fred Claus.
Fred Claus, that's it.
Isn't
Yeah.
that terrible movie with Billy Bob Thornton?
It is.
I love that. He's great in that, too. Especially when,
Stop talking and listen to me. Santa's got to go.
when they try to take, he plays one song all the time.
Yes.
They try to change it up.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna dive right into Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Police officers who responded to a domestic violence call at the penthouse that they stayed in say they saw no marks on her face after a 2016 fight between the couple in which Heard says she was assaulted.
See, I told you.
Jurors at the libel trial against his ex-wife watched recorded depositions Wednesday from officers who say they saw Heard crying, but no visible signs of injury. The incident occurred 6 days before Heard was at a Los Angeles courthouse to apply for a temporary restraining order with a clear mark visible on her face that she said Depp had inflicted during a fight.
I think a lot of people, Preston, have followed Kathy's cousin, is it?
Yeah, my
the
cousin,
lead. There are a lot of people who are dialed into this trial.
I mean, you can watch it
Yeah.
live. Like
everywhere. Like on the phone, it's right there.
Yeah, so her kids were sick, and so she had to stay home from work for a few days. And so she said she sat there and watched the trial.
It's like a soap opera. You just sit there and take it all in. Tyler Hayden, one of the officers who responded to the couple's penthouse apartment on May 21st, 2016, said that Heard refused to talk to officers and had no signs of an injury, although he acknowledged that she'd been crying and was red-faced. He said in a recorded deposition, just because I see a female with pink cheeks and pink eyes doesn't mean that something happened. Depp had already left the penthouse by the time officers arrived. Officers said that they had no idea who Heard was or that she was married to Depp. He said neither Heard nor anyone at the penthouse complex was willing to tell him or the other officers who Heard's husband was. Jurors heard similar testimony Tuesday from an officer who accompanied Haddon to the penthouse. An officer who made a follow-up visit that night, William Gatlin, testified that he saw no injuries either, though he acknowledges that his visit was brief. He got no closer than 10 feet from Heard, and he said his check was a perfunctory one because it appeared that the call was just a duplicate to the one that Haddon had already responded to.
You know, the more I hear and absorb all this, I'm aligning with your assessment and the assessment, I guess you're referencing an expert who looked at this, both of them, and that they're both sort of carrying the blame on this.
Mutually abusive, yeah. Heard's lawyers, in their questions, have suggested that Heard could have covered her injuries with makeup because at that point she still wanted to protect Depp. They also asked officers why they didn't investigate a potential case of domestic violence more thoroughly. The officer's testimony is some of Depp's best evidence that Heard contrived the allegations against her ex-husband. It complements earlier testimony from witnesses who say that they saw Heard and her sister practicing fake punches in the days after the attack. But Heard's lawyers have yet to put on their case, and some of her friends say that they were at a penthouse when Depp allegedly attacked her. And even if jurors were to conclude that Depp never assaulted his wife on May 21st, they have heard evidence of other alleged assaults before and during the couple's brief marriage. So keeps on going. We'll see what happens.
How long has this been going on?
Years, man.
Right, but this particular...
This one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Couple weeks?
2.5 weeks?
Yeah.
Something like that? Yeah. All right, so speaking of legal stuff, this is interesting. Jason Sudeikis says he didn't know that his lawyers were planning to serve Olivia Wilde with custody papers at CinemaCon while she was on stage giving a presentation about her upcoming film. Yeah.
It was a big story yesterday.
So Don't Worry, Darling is the name of the movie. Tuesday night, she was served an envelope marked personal and confidential. And you can see her on stage giving the presentation, holding the envelope, and it says personal and confidential on it.
Wait, and how could he not know?
Because it's not in your hands.
No, the process server.
It's the server.
Right.
It's in their hands.
I know, but
they
wouldn't
knew
they say,
where
like,
she was going to be
and
at
that's
what
it.
time. And that's what they do. They look for an opportunity like, I know
That's
definitively
awful.
this person is going to
Exactly.
be here. And so they
Oh,
knew
my God.
they would be able to approach her.
And Preston, they always prefer doing it when they can do it in front of people.
So you have witnesses.
So you have
They've
witnesses,
been
and
served.
someone's less likely to freak out. Eddie Griffin, the comedian, was served on stage during a stand-up act.
A spokesperson for the Ted Lasso star told Deadline Wednesday that he had no prior knowledge at the time or place that the envelope would have been delivered, as this would solely be up to the process service company involved, and he would never condone her being served in such an inappropriate manner. I believe that.
Yes, I do as well.
Although never married, Wilde and Sudeikis share 2 children, 8-year-old Otis and a couple in late 2020. But for her. Anne Hathaway, Kathy, this is for you. You hate her.
Yeah.
She doesn't want the paparazzi making money off her baby bump, and so she took to Instagram on Monday to share a photo of herself rocking a bikini with her pregnant belly on full display. I've not seen this yet.
I did.
How's it look?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, she look
My
all right.
movie's coming out. We'd like you to support it. Hey, and blah, blah, blah.
And
And
someone's like, here.
Here you go. Yeah.
Yeah, so some people thought it might have been somebody trying to get her a script.
Right.
Just to get a script in her hands or something along those
This
lines.
script's
No,
terrible.
And you can see the look on her face as she pulls it out. I haven't seen video of it. I've just seen the pictures, and she's kind of like, okie
Okie dokie.
dokie. Yep.
Right.
But she continued.
In other courtroom stuff, Rob Kardashian testified yesterday that he didn't love Black China when they got engaged.
Now you're ripping my world apart.
TMZ reports that while on the stand, the reality star said they initially got together because she accepted him while he was going through, quote, his lowest point.
Could you speak up, Mr. Kardashian?
He said it wasn't real love. I had a baby with this girl. Kardashian also testified that
You should write romance novels.
China beat him at least 5 times over the course of their relationship, and added, I had a gun held to my head several times by this woman. That's not love.
No?
That's all that I got from him. So, yeah. Yep. So
He prattles on like that.
we'll see where else this goes. Kim Basinger. By the way, I got an email from somebody who doesn't like the way that I say her last name.
Oh, dude.
Wait, and they emailed you to tell you?
And they sent a video. I didn't watch the video because I don't care.
Yeah.
But Basinger is how I've said it, but you can say Basinger, Basinger. There's
It's-
a bunch of different ways. to say it.
I think whatever way you want to say it, because I've heard it said by multiple quote-unquote experts.
Yeah.
Well, they sent me a video of
her
and Alec Baldwin saying it, but I didn't watch it.
Okay.
so.
It's a great line. There's
call her fat pig.
in Family Guy, Peter Griffin is in the doctor's office, and the doctor goes, Mr. Griffin, I don't know how to say this. Is it Basinger? Basinger? Basinger?
So listen to this, though. She's opening up about her struggle with agoraphobia.
Yes.
The 60-year-old actress discussed her battle with the anxiety disorder during Wednesday's episode of Red Table Talk. Basinger appeared on the show with Ireland Baldwin, which is her 26-year-old daughter, with Alec Baldwin. The episode marked her first public interview in 14 years. She does not do interviews.
So she stopped doing going to award shows. It became very restrictive for her, and as far as movie roles and things like that. The last time she was really working actively was around the L.A. Confidential, Wayne's World
Right.
Stuff.
On Red Table Talk, she described how agoraphobia left her housebound for years. She said, I would not leave the house. I would no longer go to dinner. Of course, agoraphobia is a type of anxiety disorder in which a person fears and avoids places or situations that might cause panic or feelings of being trapped, such as using public transportation, being in open or enclosed spaces, standing in line, or being in a crowd.
So a girlfriend of mine years ago, her mother had pretty severe agoraphobia, and the one thing she could leave the house for was to go to a therapy session, a group therapy session for agoraphobia. It was, I felt so bad for this woman because she was embarrassed, mightily embarrassed. Things just, I need to run out to the store for this. She couldn't do that.
Right.
And so she had, and people say, well, you look at you, you're physically capable of doing this. But I would see her like break down and cry.
Yeah, it's crippling to some people. She said it's really horrible to feel that as really fiercely as I did during those years and not know what it was. She said it's like something just completely shuts down within you and you have to relearn everything. I had to relearn to drive. And for many years, I would not go through the tunnels at Malibu. Everything used to make me nervous, like the glass going to open the door, or where do I step to open the door. Everything became a big job to figure out how to do it. In addition, she said that the condition gave her physical symptoms, including dry mouth, feeling shaky, and so exhausted all the time.
So sounds like it was a slow burn. It's not something that just happened overnight.
I was wondering also if there was any aspect of because they had a very contentious divorce, Alec Baldwin and her, and if all of that twisted things up a bit. By the way, on the Red Table Talk, don't you think the actual table should talk? Like Cherry on Pee Wee's,
Is it actually a
Like
red
Cherry.
table?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really tell. We're watching a video. You can't really tell just because of the lighting and stuff.
Yeah.
But also, Steve, the word agoraphobia, it's so close to algoraphobia.
Yeah.
You know?
Agoraphobia.
Why don't people want to hang out with me?
Stop that. You're
I'm
scaring me.
exciting. Where's everyone going? Listen, Al, we got to go.
All right.
Everyone has agoraphobia.
Hailey Bieber went into detail about her recent health scare on YouTube Wednesday. The model detailed the mini stroke that she had on March 10th, saying, basically, I was sitting at breakfast with my husband having a normal day, normal conversation, and we were in the middle of talking, and all of a sudden I felt this really weird sensation that kind of like traveled down my arm from my shoulder all the way to my fingertips, and it made my fingertips feel really numb and weird. She said I couldn't speak. Right side of my face started drooping. I mean, those are telltale stroke signs. She said I couldn't get a sentence out. Everything was coming out like not even jumbled, just like couldn't get any of the words out.
And here's this young person in good shape, It's like you wouldn't think that'd be something they'd be experiencing.
By the time she reached Eisenhower Medical Center, she had no symptoms, but scans showed a small blood clot that was categorized as a TIA or a mini stroke.
Former neighbor of mine, she had mini episodes like this all the time, and it was it's one of those things like you got to constantly monitor and check for blood clots and all of that stuff, and it's
my mom has had several of them.
Oh really?
Yep. And my stepmother recently had a full blown stroke.
Oh boy.
But she's on the mend.
Yeah, that's good.
Hopefully things are getting better. But
know the signs if you can.
It's dangerous stuff. Madonna, we were just talking about her the other day, all the work she's had done on her face. 63 years old. She and her backup dancer boyfriend of 4 years, Amalek Williams, who is 28, by the way.
Seems appropriate.
Have reportedly called it quits now. Source said Madonna has thrown herself into a busy social life.
It's over. Here's the child seat back.
And has been seeing her friends and family after the split. She has a packed schedule working on her upcoming biopic, new music, and looking after her family.
There was a bizarre, we talk about this bizarre video that she posted online. It's a close-up of her face, and she's kind of leaning into the camera and darting her tongue like a snake. It's not.
She's so
not
weird.
attractive.
The source added things have been on and off with Al Malik for a while, and that there was a lot of love still between them, but they ultimately decided to separate.
Gee, I wonder what the problem was.
The singer also posted a cryptic
You're
message
so old.
to her Instagram story on Tuesday, possibly alluding to her split. She wrote, "Karma said, when somebody in your life is not right for you, God will continuously use them to hurt you until you become strong enough to let them go."
So she's been with her trainer, a backup dancer. So she was with Guy Ritchie, right? Guy Ritchie was an accomplished director. I think, and that lasted for a while. I think she needs somebody more formidable. You know,
but she's kind of going with the young ones now. She and the singer had been dating she and the backup dancer had been dating since 2018 after first meeting in 2015, although many people pointed out how the dancer was almost 40 years her junior. Madge didn't seem to be bothered by it at all.
Around the time of The Sixth Sense, she was dating Haley Joel Osment.
Oh, really?
That's illegal.
Around the time of The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
She likes them young. Andrew Garfield told Variety that he needs to, quote, rest for a little bit. The actor who starred in The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Tick, Tick, Boom, and Spider-Man No Way From Home last year told the outlet, "I need to recalibrate and reconsider what I want to do next and who I want to be and just be a bit of a person for a while."
I think what he should do is a hybrid movie instead of The Amazing Spider-Man, The Amazing Jim Baker, where he possesses superpowers.
My daughter, for her birthday, just wanted to have a dinner and then watch a movie, and the movie she wanted to watch was Tick, Tick, Boom, which we've now seen a few times.
He's excellent.
He's
great.
Outstanding. outstanding in that film.
And he had not really done any singing.
No. He's a great singer.
And you know how that happened? So I think maybe the casting director, the director might have. It was Lin-Manuel Miranda,
Yes.
and he share the same massage therapist. And Lin-Manuel says, hey, you know Andrew Garfield, right? Can he sing? And the massage therapist was like, yeah, he's an amazing singer. And he didn't know that. And so he went to Andrew Garfield. He's like, can you sing? And Andrew's like, I guess so. It was something along those lines. I might have paraphrased the story.
But he forced her. He said, you can do this. You can do this and get to that point. If you have not seen the movie, it's really, really wonderful. And it's one of the classic, it's almost like a Shakespearean story concerning Broadway.
Yeah.
But it's real.
Well, and then also, my daughter's in theater and she loves it, right? And the stage is one thing, and I know this because I was in the theater. No, but I did the play in high school, and the culture around it, the community around it is just so great. And there's a scene in the movie where he goes, "This is the life of Bohemia." That whole that to me is really just reminiscent of what rehearsal is like.
Felt like
just
having
all
fun.
these fun and all these creative, interesting, weird, unique people all just coming together. And
I agree.
I forget where I was going with this.
That's okay.
You were basically going to compliment the River Valley vocal group.
At the end.
That's where you were going.
In summation.
But he just seems like a wonderful person. I forgot what video it was. I was watching something on YouTube my daughter showed me, and it was fans surprising him with something, and he was, I know what it was. I think it was, he's a huge fan of Cobra Kai.
Yes, he is.
Oh, yeah?
And so they had zoomed in some of the stars of Cobra Kai with him, and he was like almost on the verge of tears. He loved it so
Oh, my
much.
God.
Yeah. So he's a fan of pop culture and entertainment, and I love the guy.
I'm glad that he might. I'm glad that he got to revisit Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because he really is a fan, and the possibility that he could return in a multiverse kind of experience is cool.
Yeah, he's really likable. I'm really interested to see. I hope you guys watch Under the Banner of Heaven, which is what he's promoting now. It's a messed up book. It's about these basic Mormon cults in northern Arizona.
He's a
Utah.
detective, yes?
And he's the detective, and these murders. It's a true story is written by John Krakauer.
Okay.
And that's what Garfield's promoting now. And I think it premieres on Hulu.
I want to see it.
Next week.
And he breaks in the song a lot in this one?
Yeah, it's Tick Tick Boom meets
Jim Baker
murdering
the eyes of
Mormons.
Jamie Faye.
Latter-day Saints. Yeah.
Right, and then Spider-Man shows up.
Latter-day Boom. I think that's what they call it. Yeah.
This is
Spider
my
Boom.
wife.
All right. So, anyhow, what were we saying about him? Oh, he needs to take a break for a while. He's been incredibly busy, so he's taking a break. All right, what else I have here? Chris Rock has reportedly taken to wearing headphones around his Soho neighborhood in order to avoid having to talk about the infamous Oscar slap.
I can see that.
An insider told Page Six it looks like he's listening to music, but it's just so that nobody approaches him. You see a lot of sports stars do that.
Yeah.
When they're getting off the bus and everything,
Put the
they
headphones
put
on.
the headphones on, or if they're walking through the airport, it's just.
But if you have something to tell them, just take their headphones off and talk into
Hi,
their ear.
excuse me. Yeah, you pull one ear
Hey, I'm a fan.
to the side. They like that.
Oh, they love it.
I actually do that myself, but I do it because not so people don't talk to me. It's so I don't talk to people because I have the problem. If I see you somewhere,
We know.
you could have been a little bit nicer about it.
I was not even mean at all.
It was your tone,
I was
Kathy.
trying to.
I
say
actually,
it
I forgot where I was, and I was thinking about you because I was going to be encountering someone that I didn't have a whole lot in common with, and I knew I was going to be in a similar area with them for a little while, and I would have to carry on small talk for a while.
Sure.
And I'm like, what would Casey talk about?
Right.
What would he start asking about? Because
You like Wetzel's pretzels?
Casey's like my wife.
Yeah.
He can sit down and he can talk to a perfect stranger for 30 minutes.
So it is a trait. It is a family trait, and my sister was talking to me about it. We were together over the weekend, and she's like, I just noticed a thing about us. We do this thing where we just can talk to complete strangers,
Right.
and she's like, it mortifies my children because I do it all the time. And because she saw me doing it, she's like, oh, this is something that we do.
Right.
And I said, well, your children might be mortified, but chances are they carry the trait as well. It doesn't maybe mutate until a little bit later on in life, like an X-Men.
Yep. All right. So anyhow, don't talk to Chris Rock if you see his headphones.
Yeah,
on,
leave
all
it alone.
This is curious. Melissa McBride has unexpectedly exited from the Walking Dead's spin-off series based on her character.
No.
The series, which follows Daryl and Carol, played by Norman Reedus and McBride, respectively, has been in the works at AMC, but a network spokesperson told E! News Wednesday that she exited the project because she would have to relocate to Europe to shoot it, where the series is going to be set and shot, and it became logistically unattainable.
I can understand that
That's
because
a big
the shows, yeah.
You know, because you'd be there for months and months at a time, and
Could
maybe
that
you can't do it.
character be replaced by a Jim Bakerish kind of character?
Maybe, and we could get
Andrew Garfield?
Andrew Garfield in there.
He's looking for work. No,
He's formidable.
She was great, and her trajectory.
Yeah.
She's in one of the most powerful hours of television I've ever seen in my life. One of the episodes where she is in a farm. You know the episode I'm talking about.
With the little kids?
The little kids.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Yeah, and she goes from victim to badass
Yes.
throughout that series.
She has a complete turnaround.
Yeah. Let's see. Helen Mirren graces the cover of People 2022's Beautiful issue. The 76-year-old Oscar winner told the magazine, I was absolutely sort of gobstruck, as we say in England.
That means oral sex. And
Gobnobbled. I never considered myself beautiful. At my age, so I was amazed. She said she prefers to use the word swagger to the word beautiful because it shows I'm confident in myself. I'm presenting myself to the world. I'm enjoying the world around me. I think she's a gorgeous woman. I think she always has been.
remember the first time I saw her was in the movie Excalibur.
Yes,
Yeah,
Morgana. And she gets naked in that.
Yeah.
She got naked in a lot of stuff throughout her.
It's in her contract. I play naked Eleanor Roosevelt.
All right, we're ready for clips, so let's serve them up to you. In memory, an expert assassin is trying to stay ahead of the pursuit while also struggling with dementia. And in this clip, Liam Neeson explains what drew him to the film. Here we go.
I loved the script, but I was really intrigued with this character of a hitman, an assassin who believes he's taking
Wait a minute. Hang on. Back there. I need to hear that again.
people on the earth, but he's suffering from early onset Alzheimer's / dementia. I thought, oh my God. So it was just a rich character to play.
Wow. Hold on, Case. Go back to the part where he just goes.
I don't know how.
I loved the script, but I was really intrigued with this character of a hitman, an assassin,
Right here.
who
He's playing Celtic Sloth.
All right. Memory opens in theaters on Friday. Here's our next clip for you. All right. The Offer.
It's the best.
The Offer is a biographical drama miniseries about the development and production of Francis Ford Coppola's iconic gangster film, The Godfather.
Can't wait for this.
And here, Miles Teller describes his appreciation for being on set with this particular cast and crew.
I try and soak it all up because every time I'm on a set, especially one as gifted and as special as this one is, just to not take it for granted. And I couldn't have had a better time working with everybody. It's really special.
The Offer premieres on Paramount Plus Friday. So it's coming out,
Yes.
dude.
Very exciting.
Looking forward to that. All right.
Where's your bathroom? Are you okay, sir? Yeah. Where's your bathroom?
It does sound like...
I was out having dinner on the floor and something slipped out. Where's your bathroom? I like jerky, but it doesn't like me.
All right. Our entertainment report. Concluding it now, friends. All right, we need to take a break. We got a lot to get to today. Mitch Fatel is stopping in. He's going to be at Punchline starting tonight and through the weekend. We will talk to the amazingly talented Sheryl Crow this morning. There's
Very cool.
A documentary about her coming out. So we will spend some time chatting with her later on. And we, of course, have Concert Cash, your opportunity to win a couple times this morning. Stay put. We'll be back in a moment.
Preston and Steve.
93.3 WMMR.
her.
Yeah.
She doesn't want the paparazzi making money off her baby bump, and so she took to Instagram on Monday to share a photo of herself rocking a bikini with her pregnant belly on full display. I've not seen this yet.
I did.
How's it look?
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, she look all right?
I think
She still looks annoying.
she's actually taken the time.
Annoying.
I think
with you.
She's taken the time to, I think, let people calm down about her.
Yeah.
You know? Like she's trying to stay out of the mainstream a little bit.
She wrote, happy 2016 to my beautiful Insta friends. So posting a bikini pic is a little out of character for me, but just now, while I was on the beach, I noticed that I was being photographed. I figured if this kind of photo is going to be out in the world, it should at least be an image that makes me happy and be one that was taken with my consent and with a filter.
She's right.
So she did it. Actually, it's pretty smart.
Who's she married to, or who's her boyfriend?
She is married to Adam Schulman. They got married in 2012.
And what is he?
They've been
Craft
together-
services?
They've been together for 4 years, so before they got married. This marks the first time that Anne has publicly acknowledged her pregnancy since it was first reported in November. So
You know what? She's really good in the Batman movie. She does a solid job.
I didn't hate her.
Yeah.
But, Kath, I'm with you. She bothers the hell out of me. She really does.
Yeah.
Hey, but look at you hated Sandra Bullock,
I know
and now
what-
you love her. In fact, your whole lifestyle is now
Well, she's
Sandra Bullock based.
She's taken over my my Sandra Bullock.
Your ire?
My hate slot.
Your hate slot.
I have a couple.
That's
of
a
those.
that's what Dennis calls it.
Yes.
I see the hate slot.
Yeah, I can see the hate slots out.
We'll see how our luck goes with getting our lottery tickets.
I have a good feeling about it.
I do too. Are they saying that it could possibly hit $1 billion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's
Here,
what
let's see
happens.
what it's
They
up to.
start throwing some targeted numbers out, and then that causes
That fuels a surge.
the furor and
I'll be there.
not that.
I want to play.
Furor is also.
The Fuhrer has heard.
I hope he doesn't win.
The
That
current.
would be bad.
That'd be bad if Hitler won the lottery.
You know what? I would quit. I would retire.
Jeez.
I would get.
Then that would be a good thing.
I'd get a little place, go fishing.
Forgive and forget?
Yeah, You know what? I'll even hang out with some Jews. I'm wealthy. Who cares?
Oh my God! All right. Anyhow, the fervor.
Yeah.
Is that a better word?
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
The Fuhrer has some bad memories.
Oh God. Penelope Ann Miller, who we had on the show when The Artist, that movie was nominated.
Did you ever get to see that?
I did not.
You would enjoy it, really.
Really?
I know it's a weird conceit to have it,
It's a silent
fully
movie.
silent movie, but
I've seen scenes of it, and it looks entertaining, looks
Yeah,
engaging.
it's
So
well done.
I would like to watch it sometime.
she has a full-on bad shot in it, too, which is amazing.
Full-on bad shot.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's how they used to do it in the silent days.
Nice beaver.
When they needed extra dialogue, they would move that around, too.
Move that around.
Well, you see it move, and then a card comes up that says queef.
Dude.
Wow, we
Seriously?
took it in that direction.
Serious.
We had to because we're artists.
Did we?
Because we're artists.
Some people work in oils,
And it would have, when the word queef would come, have little quotations around it. Yeah.
and then the dog looked up.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You know, the way they used to do it in the classics.
I don't know that.
Somebody in the theater would be playing piano during that.
Ding, 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 and then the music would stop.
Come on, Kathy, get in on
No,
this.
it's all right. I'm good.
I don't even. Well, listen.
My God.
Some of that might be untrue.
It might be.
Or all of it.
All right, some birthdays today as we wait for your answer. It is the 18th day of January, and from the band Korn, Jonathan Davis celebrates. right before he blows out the candles, it's all right, everybody, here we go. And
That's their riff on Cha Cha Cha.
yeah, right, exactly. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jonathan. Happy birthday to you.
All right.
So sweet.
Now, just how old
No,
are
we're not going to do that. Jonathan is 45 today. Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's also, I think, National Brothers Week.
What?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're a brother.
Yeah. Yes, I am. Right on.
Is it brother, B-R-U-T-H-A, or
No,
brothers?
You're a brother.
If you have a sibling.
I am the middle brother. I have an older brother and a younger brother. That puts me in the middle.
I'm the only brother.
Did you get into physical fights with your sister?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she beat the crap out of me. She's 4 years older than me.
Wow. And when did that change? When were you able to?
I remember specifically punching her one time and it causing damage, and I was probably like 14 or something like
Okay.
that.
That did not
That's
sit well with your dad. Didn't your dad give you all sorts of hell for that?
Probably. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
That's how. Sorry, that's how it was for me too. They didn't punch, but I remember the first time getting like seriously hurt, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna
Like
instigate
shoved or
this
something
anymore.
like that,
But
yeah.
whatever it was, like I got hurt, and he was a little too strong for me. Then I'm like, okay, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, like Kathy, I was the oldest, but then my youngest brother Josh started playing ice hockey, and that got him in really good shape and much stronger than me. And it was probably, I don't know, 12 or 13 when he was able to overtake me at that point.
to talk.
Yeah.
Wait, and how much older were you?
I'm 7 years older than he was, but I remember him
At
getting
12, 13, he could.
yeah, because he started playing hockey when he was 6 or 7 years old.
Wow.
Those two things I wish I'd wrestled when I was young.
You had a 7-year-old beating you up when you were 14?
No,
he
pay
was 13.
attention.
He was 17,
I
getting
like your
beaten up by a
girlfriend.
12-year-old.
I like your girlfriend.
Oh, he was getting the girls.
I'm going to take her.
Yeah, Josh was much cooler.
I'm going to make you watch.
He's 7.
Honestly, you would not think that a 7-year-old would possess the kind of strength necessary to beat up a much older. I guess at that point he was a man. But apparently the 7-year-old just throttled him.
Pierre might need some assistance.
What's happening?
The lid on his coffee
Oh,
is
good
about
Lord.
to fall off, and he's got his hand.
I know,
full.
Pierre, you were a little sick, a little congested. You sounded yesterday.
Yes.
Are you fighting something, or is it full blown?
No, it just, over the weekend I got some kind of a
Bishop
little cold
Robert,
thing.
by the way. I'm sorry.
What?
Your hat was pointed exactly in the shape of a Catholic bishop.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm a bit disheveled.
Just a bit. His shirt is falling off.
What makes you say that, honey bunny? You dress me every day.
His hair is shooting out forward today, which is wild.
I'm a little scattered, which is not normal for me because I'm sharp as a tack.
Honestly.
50 bags in the Tommy Talk.
50 bags in the Tommy
And a
Talk.
Tommy Talk.
Yes.
There's a fresh one for
I think
us.
most people, when they see you like this in the morning, they assume West Point cadet.
Exactly. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that vote of confidence from a fellow military man.
So today is National DJ Day, Disc Jockey Day.
I heard you. I only heard the last part of it, and I think you were alluding to my various meltdowns, were you not?
They're hilarious because
Marissa howls. The interns like cower, and Marissa will just laugh in my face because I'll make a little boo boo, and then we'll be right back after this. Off mic.
Dude, you just said it. I was stretching. I didn't have my hand anywhere near the button. Lord.
Sorry about that.
Oh, my God.
I meant to say
that's
the
exactly
other
what you
word.
do. Yes, mother effing.
Mother effing,
You
and
just
then
gave us a really dramatic presentation.
It just came right out.
Yeah.
That's what you get when you wake up in my body.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Really?
And what's that?
My temporary tooth just popped out.
Oh, my God. Steve's tooth just fell out.
Oh, that is too perfect.
I didn't know you had a temporary tooth.
Oh, yeah. The postman did. Can you see that?
How did it come out?
I don't know.
You don't have food in your mouth. Nothing.
No,
Can
no.
you smile for me?
Shoot.
What are you going to do?
Now we got to look at that all morning.
Oh, knock it off, you.
Wait, can I see your tooth?
There it is.
I don't want to see that. That disgusts me.
I can't believe your tooth.
Casey's losing it.
It feels so effed up.
Oh no.
Yeah, they put the post in and everything, so I gotta.
So what are you supposed to have an implant? Is that?
Yeah.
So that's there until
the implant will go in.
It'll go in. So I guess I'll be going to Dr. Petula. I wondered why I was drinking hot chocolate, my coffee.
Did you feel it?
A little squirt came out. I'm like, why would that happen?
Oh my God. We should all just go home.
That's too funny.
Oh, hey, Steve. Thank you for my birthday present.
Well, you poor
About to see that from a
At least you're laughing at it.
Oh.
Well, there are worse things that could happen, certainly. My nuts could have fallen off. Yeah, I'll have to take
man.
that. Yeah.
God.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Moving on.
Seriously. It's a Mickey Rourke look I'm rocking today.
Yeah, are we going to be able to do the show?
I don't know.
No, I think I can. You just might hear a few S's that sound a little bit.
I can't look at you. I'm not going to be able to have a conversation with you all day. Oh my God, we're falling apart. We are literally falling apart.
We just started.
Oh, it's
so early.
I'm drinking the mocha, and I'm like, wow, why is that dribbling? And then,
Wait, where is it?
What?
The tooth.
Marissa brought him a cup.
Who doesn't have a tooth cup in the morning?
Oh my God.
It's too funny.
Oh no.
There may be random moments of laughter today, of just in the middle of whatever we have.
I'm just glad I can't see me.
But like you said, when he uses S.
Yes.
Sassafras. That's all right.
Wait, but how does it normal? It just stays in normally?
It's secured in, so it's and that's until
not so secure.
I
now.
actually, what happened was that I was chewing something last night, and I thought might have felt a crack, but I'm like, no, it's fine. So
okay, so that was
it's not a chewer. It's a
no,
it's not a chewer.
no.
It's a
It's a
cutter.
biter.
it's a biter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need to maybe Chose sells like denture glue or something? Maybe we
Maybe.
could try that.
All I know is that if I'm going to have any dental work done, I want it to be done through Chose.
Steve, I can't look at you.
I
Then-
can't see it. The
then
microphone's in the way, so I'm good over here. I can have a conversation with him. You guys can look at each other.
Steve finally saw it.
Did he find these?
It is pretty funny.
Hey, I got some apples. You like some apples?
You want an apple?
It's like your Billy Bob teeth.
Oh God!
Oh, you should put them in the
You should wear those.
I got some dentures for you.
in case you came prepared.
These have been in my mouth. I'm sure you don't want them.
No. Yeah. I think I'll pass on
All right. Let's try to do the show. Reports, and it was Olivia Wilde was on stage at CinemaCon.
Yeah.
Giving a presentation. She's directing a new movie, and somebody walks up to her and hands her an envelope, and they had served her custody papers from Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah.
In the middle of doing that, which had to have been really interesting and taken her by surprise, certainly.
But that is par for the course. Because have you ever had papers served on you?
No.
I did once for an insurance claim.
Okay.
And the guy came to the front door, knocked, and said, and then handed me, and I think he was using his phone or whatever to record it, but maybe asked me to sign. It was fine. It was something that was just an issue that was then taken care of after the fact, but nothing big, not like there's been a nationwide manhunt for you. But it does. This is what they do, and I pointed out the story of Eddie Griffin. I believe that's his name. The comedian was up on stage, literally mid joke, and someone comes to the edge of the stage and hands him the thing, and he takes it. So the old thing used to be, as long as you don't accept anything.
Right.
Once she took it by hand,
That was it.
that completed the process.
Right.
So legally, there was no way to evade it, to elude it.
You know, I think it's. I think they reference that kind of in the MCU a little bit. Tony Stark several times in movies goes, "I don't like to be handed things."
Yes.
You ever
Yeah,
notice
that's
that?
what it's about.
And so Pepper has to take whatever it is, and I don't know if it stems from that or not, but he always says, "I don't like to be handed things."
Right.
For fear maybe it's some kind of a legal thing.
I think that's still the basic rule that once you hand it, once you accept it and hold it, it's done.
I think
Yeah, I
they
wonder
say
if-
no give backs is what they say,
If
right?
anybody listening can let us know for definitively if that is indeed the case or not, if you know, because I've seen depictions of this in like movies where they literally just like throw it at you,
Right,
and
yeah.
if it makes contact with your body, you've been served. You know
Right,
what
yeah.
I mean? But I have no idea if that's the truth or not. I don't know what the legalities are surrounding that stuff.
It's also, I think, that would fall under the realm of if you are a process server, that could be and has proven to be a dangerous occupation from time to time.
Good question.
Yeah.
215-263 WMMR is the number if you've ever been served papers, and especially if it's been at an awkward moment,
A
or
public event,
inopportune time, or something like that.
It's like, well, part of the issue of a process server is to find out where you are.
Yeah.
So if it's advertised that you're going to be at CinemaCon, that cuts to the chase.
And and I wonder if being a serving papers like that is sometimes it's seen as a pretty what's the proper word to use? As like a slimy thing to do. You know what I mean? Because
it's a necessary process.
it is, and that person could be horrible that they're serving paper to, but if you're walking up at a funeral and and handing papers to someone, it's seen as kind of, I don't know what another, like a repo person or something like that can
I think
sometimes
it falls
fall under
squarely into that. And the repo thing, by the way, is also someone failing to pay.
Yeah.
Like a bank, looking to get their costs covered.
But if you're served papers in this way, it's because they can't get you somewhere else. They'll walk up to your house and knock on your door.
Yes.
Right.
But they
That's what
weren't
they did
for,
with me.
for whatever reason, they weren't able to do that. So maybe whoever's on the end of it or the receiving end is being difficult and not signing for their papers. So they have to be served while they're on stage performing.
Well, Connor brought up, and it reminded me that Seth Rogen plays a process server in Pineapple Express.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the whole intro to the movie. That's what his job is.
Let me go to Kristen. Hi, Kristen. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Wonderful, Kristen. So, what's your experience with serving papers? Or
I have served papers and been served.
Oh.
I served papers once for the same exact situation. My brother's friend wanted custody of his kids. So the deal was I had to go. He told me where she would be. I had to walk up to her, confirm it was her. And then the second she took them, then I could walk away. But she did need to take them.
Wait, so you just as a normal person can serve someone?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can.
Oh.
So when I was served, a sheriff came to my house, and I was not there, so they had to come back. But they, my cousin was home and talked to them, and they had to wait for me to be in person to confirm that it was me.
Kristen, when you actually served the papers, so what did you have to in any way? Did you have to get a signature? Did you have to take a picture? Did you have to? I mean, how do you verify that the documentation was actually physically taken by the servee?
I didn't have to verify anything.
Okay.
But she was so pissed that I think that she was ready to go to court and fight it.
Okay.
But I don't know if the sheriff will come to your house repeatedly, and that does cost money. So if you cannot get just a normal person to do it, then you can hire the sheriff, and the sheriff will keep coming to your house every single day until they can actually catch you.
Okay, interesting.
When does a process server, which is a separate occupation unto itself, I assume that's like the same with is that on a level of like a bounty hunter or a skip tracer?
Sounds like it.
Well, I will tell you this: if anybody ever needs to serve any papers to show members here, give it to me because I hand you guys papers all the time.
I met one time. It was at a bar in Harleysville, and was talking to this guy, and it turned out he was our town constable.
All right,
and I never really knew
What's a constable?
What a constable does. And if I recall correctly, because it was several years ago, I think one of the main jobs is serving papers like that. Not unlike she said, you get the sheriff to do it, and that was what he would do.
Did Meisterburger serve papers on Santa Claus?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was a constable.
Okay,
but
so do
he
all
was the
towns?
Burgermeister.
Do we all have constables in our
Don't
towns?
know. Do not know.
Do we have criers anymore? Do we have town criers anymore?
We do.
Okay.
So yeah, there he is.
Yeah. Jason Sudeikis wants his children back.
So among the jobs that a constable has in Pennsylvania, arrest for felony crimes and breaches of the peace committed in its presence or by warrant anywhere in the Commonwealth, and then serving warrants of arrest, mental health warrants, transporting prisoners, service of summons, complaints, and subpoenas.
There you go.
And enforcing protection from abuse orders as well.
Okay. All right. Let me go to a couple calls here. I have Robin. Hey, Robin, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. What's up, Robin?
So this was about 10 years ago when I was getting divorced, and I was the one who initiated my ex-husband's in real estate, and the guy, he was going to show a house, and the guy that he was showing the house to was like, this is pretty awkward, but I have to serve you.
So I have the guy who was showing the house to. Okay.
What?
So hang on.
They tricked him.
Yeah, they tricked him. He said he was interested in a property.
I'm not sure if it was a trick, because like I said, it was 10 years ago. It could very well have been, which is even worse. But my ex-husband called me. He's like, you're not going to believe. Like, he knew we were getting divorced. It wasn't like a surprise.
Yeah.
But he's like, the guy I was showing the house to today served me my
Okay.
Maybe he was thinking, I'll kill two birds with one stone. I'm looking for a
place.
I doubt it.
That's great.
But that's a perfect example.
Did it irk him at all that it happened that way?
I don't think so. It was 10 years ago. I don't remember. Like, he's a pretty, like, he's a good guy. Like, he's not the kind of person that's going to be, like, I'm sure he was cool to the guy.
Okay.
So why didn't the guy just go to his door at his home and knock on his door?
Hello?
We might have lost her.
She had a bad connection.
So that's a good question. But in this case, I wonder, are there some times when you actually have to have someone, a server, a process server, can you just do it?
See, I don't. I feel like
do you have to have an official?
I feel like
step
that
in?
person was wrong.
Well, I would like to tell you because we had a lot of phone calls up here, but our phone system just completely crapped out on us, and every single phone
We're
call
about to be served. You got
dropped.
served.
That's it. We just got served.
You got served.
What was that movie about?
It was about dancing.
It was dancing, right?
Yeah.
It's like Stomp the Yard.
And that was kind of like throwing it in somebody's face.
You got
You've been
served.
Yo, you got served.
Yo.
Okay. Here are some texts. This says, it's kind of ironic you guys are talking about this morning. I was just served a civil complaint paper from Montgomery County Sheriff's. This is split up between several.
Is he playing his music loud at a boat ramp?
No.
That's where it was delivered. The sheriff. The sheriff delivers it to him. So that's where he was served the papers by the sheriff from Montgomery County.
Okay. All right. And I would like to, because it's kind of a crappy story. Oh, they want to call in.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see if they give us a call. If our phone lines work. This one says, hey, certain legal documents require certain service. If it is personal service, sometimes it could be handed to a responsible adult party at the home location. Other times it would be required to be handed directly to the individual, and every state has their own rules.
Okay.
So that's why it might seem different in some
On line 2, this is a scenario I've heard over and over, Preston, and it's almost like the way big pharma or the pharmaceutical companies will hire attractive people.
Well, let's go.
Yeah.
I'll go to Tim. Hey, Tim, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Tim, what's up, buddy?
This was about 12 years ago. I was sitting in my car outside my now ex-wife's home and waiting for my kids for custody, transfer of the kids.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting outside, and it was kind of a little delayed, and then there's a knock on my car window, and there's this smoking hot girl.
Hey.
She goes, "Hey, are you Tim?" I go, "Yeah." Here you go.
Nice. That happens in one of the Iron Man movies. A really hot girl serves him papers, and that's how she got close to him.
Right.
So, Tim, that sucks, man. Here you were for a split second thinking that it was going to be awesome.
I'm thinking, hey, this is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Gives you her number.
That's what they rely on. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Thanks, Tim. Let's go next to Alex is a process server. Hi, Alex. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hey,
Good morning,
good morning, buddy. What's up, man? You want to tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, to Kathy's question a little bit early on, like what you need to do to be a process server, at least federally, it's actually in the rules that really all you need to be is over the age of 18 and not a party to the suit.
Okay.
So
Okay.
really, basically, anybody can do it. The reason why they use like the marshal service or an actual process service is they have experience and they'll get typically some body cam footage and they'll write an affidavit, and of course getting the sheriff is always reliable that it was actually served properly, because that could be a contention for why maybe to have a suit thrown out or dismissed if it wasn't served.
Well, like claiming they didn't
Yes.
get the papers.
Exactly.
Alex, how often, to your experience, how often does it happen that if it is put into like the a civilian's charge to go and deliver these papers themselves, that would be fought in court as not being valid?
I really just think it depends on the type of case and how contentious it is.
Okay.
If they have grounds to say like, hey, no, like I didn't get this, because even if you don't get the right papers, even if you were served properly, you can get it dismissed like that. But yeah, we had a bunch of crazy cases. We would go all over, and a lot of times, yeah, it was just initially knocking on doors, but we had a couple of times where we had international folks who might not be doing great stuff in the United States. They'll wait for them to come into a convention and get a ticket and serve them with a huge pallet of papers in front of everybody.
Was your life ever at risk? Did you ever have an encounter that got physical or very dangerous?
I did have one or two, but if we had a feeling of that, we always had somebody with us. I have a concealed carry permit that luckily I never ever had to use. I'm also a larger guy, and typically if it was real dangerous, I wouldn't take it.
All right.
But this didn't personally happen to me, but I've heard of tons of cases where like a woman was like hiding out in the trunk of her car. It would leave through the garage and have a driver just to avoid a process server. We had one guy who we were trying to go after civilly for a company who had multiple criminal warrants in like 14 or 15 states, and we ended up having to basically catfish him and make a fake profile.
We lost him.
Are you just delaying the inevitable?
There we go. I'm sorry, Alex. So yeah, you did a fake. We lost you there for a second. You did a catfish thing with this guy.
Yeah. Basically, he had about 14, 15 like criminal warrants out for his arrest, and so this was for a civil matter. So we were not looking to arrest him, but we need to serve him. But he was just off the grid.
Hi, my name is Alexandra. Are you into succulents?
But you got to do anything you can do to get the job done, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Very
Thanks,
cool,
Alex.
man.
Appreciate it, man. There was a text. And I want to see if any other people, because we have some others on the line that do serve papers, that said was in a handed papers in a public bathroom, still taking a dump.
No way.
All right.
God.
So I would imagine they try to get you when you can't move. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. At least when it's uncomfortable for you to, because the old thing used to be, the old, you run away, you see the car, like leaving in the trunk of your car is a good indication you're trying to avoid getting served.
Yeah. Let me go to Aaron. Hey, Aaron. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. What's up, Aaron?
I may or may not work for a law enforcement agency.
All right.
In the best county in the tri-state area, which everybody knows is Bucks County.
Not what I was expecting. All right. All right. What's you have hang on.
She said Bucksco.
You have a history. I know Casey's trying to do his thing. So you've had history serving paperwork to people?
Yeah. I've been doing this for about 5 years, and anyone over the age of 18 that's at a house can accept paperwork. I always think it's funny people think that if they don't touch the paperwork, that they won't get served. I mean, if you take the paperwork for someone else, that doesn't mean that you're now associated with, whatever the legal document is. You're just accepting service for them. That doesn't mean that you're included in the suit.
So, Aaron, why do you think does that situation exist in different jurisdictions, or why do you think that's become a popular perception?
I think TV.
Okay.
I think that's kind of why people think that can't happen. So, but like Casey said, you're just kind of delaying the inevitable if you don't take it, because what the plaintiff can do is file for what's called a posting order.
Okay.
Which means they'll go in front of the judge, and the judge will say, okay, you've proven that this person is here. Maybe they're trying to avoid service, and we can just go back and we'll literally post it right on your front door.
Okay.
All right.
There we go.
And that'll get it done.
The neighbors love seeing that.
right.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Aaron, have you had any funny situations that happened when serving papers?
Nothing really funny. I've been lucky. We haven't had any real major issues. I have a partner that works with me, and I feel like a lot of it is how you talk to people, because when people see you pull up, you're not really going there for a good reason.
Right.
So I feel that if you just talk to people and explain it, because a lot of times people say they have no idea what it's about. So I feel like if you just explain it to them and talk to them, it kind of eases their mind a little
Right.
bit.
You don't drive around in a vehicle called the process mobile, right? Like, so so people can know immediately. Everything's kind of very discreet.
But Aaron, do you know what you're serving?
You can kind of tell by looking at who the plaintiff is by what it is. So a lot of traffic accidents, divorce paperwork, credit cards that, somebody hasn't been paying.
Right.
We've been getting a lot of PFAs lately, so that's kind of the most dangerous situation. Is
What is that?
Protective service?
Yeah, protected from abuse orders.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. All right, Aaron, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Take care.
Thank you. You too. Go Bucks, go.
There you go. All right, give it to her. Come on.
Let's go.
I'm going to go to John. He has an interesting story. Hi, John. Good morning.
Hey, guys. Sorry to bother you at work.
It's all good. What's up, buddy?
So I was served divorce papers on my 5th wedding anniversary in front of my classroom full of students.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
In front of your class.
All right. What age were the students?
It was a high school geometry class.
Oh boy.
How did this person get into your school?
It's a pretty small school here on the main line. Obviously, I don't want to mention the name. They just came in, asked for my classroom, and were able to just walk in and say, "Hey, are you John? Yep, here you go."
Was it like a guy who looked like Frank Rizzo dressed as a school kid?
Short pants.
Yeah. Oh, see you in gym class.
Yeah.
You bum.
All right, and then John, did they just hand it to you and then walk out, and then you're left there going, "What in the world is this?"
Yeah, and the interesting thing was too. Somebody had mentioned earlier that they'll serve you when they can't get to you. I talked to my divorce attorney, and she said that no. They could have just sent you a certified letter, things like that. There's no reason why they would have served you except out of spite because it was your 5th wedding.
I want to fight you.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And that would be up to the person serving it, really, not necessarily the person that has the case against you or something along those lines. That's strange. So do you think
I don't know.
It was divorce papers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And
yeah.
Do you think your ex-wife was happy that it happened in front of your students?
Oh, very.
Okay. All right.
She even mentioned
You're going to have a hell of a story on that one.
I'm sorry, she's what?
She even mentioned so on a later phone call.
That's wonderful.
Sucks. All right, thank you, John. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we have one more call we're going to go to, and that is Sandy.
Sandy.
Hi, Sandy. Good morning.
Hi.
Hey.
Good morning.
Sandy. So what short story did you want to share with us?
So I was bartending on a Saturday night. It was probably 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and there was a customer leaning over the service bar. I went over and said, "Hey, can I get you a drink?" And he said, "Hey, are you Sandy?" "Yep." Hands me papers. "You've been served." I was mortified in the middle of the night.
Wow. So at what time is this approximately?
It had to have been 11:30, 12 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Packed bar.
I mean, they knew where you were.
Yeah, but the lawyer said the same thing as the last caller. They definitely paid extra to have them do that just to kind of humiliate you.
So, other patrons saw this happen.
Yeah.
I guess maybe you could entice a place that does this, a service that provides a service, to go, hey, and if you do this, I'll chuck an extra $100 in.
Sandy, I hope you shorted him on his pores.
Yeah.
He disappeared. I was standing there like, what? What
Yeah,
did
I'm
he
sure.
do to me?
Yeah, I'm sure. All right. Thanks, Sandy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Wow. Okay. Well, this happened to Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
Who was in the middle of giving a presentation at CinemaCon. And
Global news.
Yeah.
It became a global news story. I first saw it reported in the Daily Mail.
And the papers from Jason Sudeikis walk up and serve to her on stage. Wow.
I do believe that. I don't think Jason Sudeikis would have been, make sure you embarrass the hell out of her.
Right. By the way, do me a favor. Stacey was on hold for a long time. She's a paralegal, and we didn't get a chance to get to her call. Give her some tickets to see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. If you wouldn't mind for being on hold for so long. We appreciate that. I'm sorry I didn't get to you, but that screening is Wednesday, May 4th, 7 o'clock, UA King of Prussia. And while you're giving those to her, take 3 more callers and give them tickets too.
Oh, my God.
Our first 3 callers, 215-263 WMMR. The movie is not opening until May 6th, so we have this screening May 4th at 7 p.m. at the UA King of Prussia, and we'll have more of those to give away. So thank you for your calls and everything. We're going to take a break. We got to stay on time. We have money and tickets to give away via the concert cash. We'll get to that and the bizarre file when we return.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
The MMR is almost.
You did the stupid question, right?
Crazy. No, I'm looking at some of these calls coming in. Yeah, we did the stupid question. So he gets Lego Marvel's Avengers, which is available for PlayStation 4, all platforms, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. All right. So, dear God. All right. So at the box office this weekend, number 1 was The Revenant.
Yes.
16. Yes. I know, man. It's sad.
Your lungs are full of mucus. My tooth fell out.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
We're going to have to remind people of that all morning long.
It's too good.
Yeah. It's been a rough week for the ladies in Charlie Sheen's life following last week's revelation that his ex-wife, Brooke Mueller, is back in rehab. He's
For
now-
the, 15th time? 15th?
There's
All right, you have to stop.
no
He's
way.
not going to be able to get through the show.
I have to tell. I have to. Now I have to take it. I have to explore different letters.
We're not going to make it through 7 a.m.
S's are fine, but F's are.
Yeah. Farfignugan. Farfignugan.
Oh, my God.
This is going to be the worst show we've ever done.
No, it's not.
No, that's saying
it's
a
going to
lot.
be brilliant. I could never, ever, ever, ever do live stage acting. I can't even do it on camera when you get multiple takes. There's no way.
We're hoping to one day master radio.
I'm so self-conscious of don't mess it up. That I will mess it up.
But when I was in high school, we started if you had a lead, you started in June, July, rehearsing your lines and everything.
I guess maybe if you have enough rehearsal. I mean,
Yeah.
anything I've ever attempted to do, I've had very little rehearsal on, and I'm like,
yeah.
Even when we, excuse me.
Again, here we are, perfecting radio.
Dude. That was.
You sound like snot.
I'm nervous.
That was mid-word.
That was.
That would have been your Colonel Jessup scene.
Right. You can't handle the. Excuse me.
I've had to recently, go to the bathroom outside. When we were driving up to Maine and Boston this summer, I had to, my family went into McDonald's and I was outside with the dog. And I found it ironic that it was fine that the dog was peeing outside, but I actually had to hide the fact that I was peeing outside. But there are...
Dogs get away with everything.
They do. But there are secrets, so, or tricks to the trade of, peeing outside. All right.
With this model, this life-size model that we have here.
Mandingo's twin.
We have 2 of them?
Dan Dingo.
Yes, we have Caucasian and we have...
there's Mandingo and Dan Dingo.
So what you can't do is lean up against something you're clearly or hide behind a bush so you're clearly going to the bathroom. What you have to do is kind of be out in the open. You still want to shield your jump.
You want to have your back
Wait
to
a
the
second.
people.
All right, so describe the environment that you're in where you're pulling this off.
This is where people are, right?
All right, so people are there?
Where are you?
You are people. All right. You are
yes.
people in a parking lot.
And never forget
Parking
it.
lot.
All right. And then behind me is not people.
Okay.
All right. So I'm on my phone. junk out. You can
Right.
see my junk is out. I am
Right.
now on a phone.
Now, no, there's no wires. We've never met before.
Look, watch.
I got one hand on the phone up to
All
my
right.
ear, not talking to anybody. And then my other hand, which would normally be on my piece, aiming.
On your bird.
This hand is now up here, like.
You know what? It works.
Hold on, but don't you have to hold it? Won't it go wild?
No, it's not like a hose that
It's
you
not?
turn on at high pressure, Kathy.
Have you ever encountered one?
No. Still waiting for that magical night.
It's flipping all over the place.
It's a little bit crazy.
Walk a little bit.
So you're like Chris Angel.
Yeah,
You're like an illusionist.
A little bit.
Okay.
All right, that makes sense.
I don't know if I could do that technique or not.
I know what he's saying, though, because you're using the simple art of deception and distraction.
I had something I wanted to bring up. Do we all agree that Kathy's a beautiful woman?
She is a beautiful woman.
Very, very attractive.
What are you bringing up?
What? Nothing that I think is
The odor?
bad.
The odor.
No, you have Kathy's got a pretty face.
Yes.
No question. But do any of us agree that Kathy does suffer from resting bitch face?
All right, Danae, you're smiling. See, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the hard part. But if you catch her
not smile
when she's like doing work or on her laptop or something like that.
See, okay, and I'm interested to hear what you guys say because I would have never thought that I had resting bitch face.
And I might. Yeah.
She's
making a face.
No.
What?
That's not bitch. I don't know what that is.
I don't know if I think she has resting bitch face. I see she has sort of. I sit next to her in the office, and it seems just kind of neutral when you're doing your deal. I wouldn't say
Thanks,
you
Craig.
look particularly bitchy.
We have a picture here of you, Kathy, just being
So do you think that looks
in a
bitchy?
neutral face. I think sometimes you look like you're a little angry.
Well, I think you're an a-hole.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. Now I'm gonna rest like this.
Yeah.
Hey, Preston.
That's worse. That's worse.
Kathy's mood is the toughest, I think, to crack. I thought you had your period last week.
Well, I was going to say that because you guys don't know. You don't know when I'm PMSing, which I cannot figure out why.
We just.
I guess it's because I'm always a bitch.
She was saying
I'll
something.
turn to you and say, "Is this the week you don't have your period?"
she would say something, and I look. Casey just goes, "Are you on your period?"
He mouthed it in the meeting. I laughed.
Kathy,
But if I was PMSing, I wouldn't have left.
We are going to do a game that is called Young versus Younger. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to take the young, which would be members of the Preston and Steve Show.
Yeah, right.
And the younger, our Preston and Steve intern staff. So it's very simple. We have Chris, and we have Aish, and we have Brianna, and we have Sammy who are here. And what we're going to do is Marissa made a list of various things from different generations. So there's abbreviations, there's terms, there are people, all from a different generation. I have things from the Preston and Steve Show's generation, and I have things from the intern age's generation. All right, guys, the younger crew. What is a flash cube? A flash cube. Do we have all our answers written down?
Yep.
All right. Brianna?
Yes.
Okay. Chris?
I guess it was one of those scrolly cameras that you got at like CVS that you got developed when you used to go on
Like a
vacation.
box,
scrolly
like
camera.
a box camera. You're talking about? Yeah. Okay.
Disposable camera. Yeah,
Disposable camera. All right.
Yeah. Is that right?
That is incorrect. All right. So I'm sorry, listener Matt, you lose. All right. Aish is playing for Bob on line 2. Aish, what is a flash cube?
A cube that flashes. I really don't know.
Be more specific. A cube that flashes for what?
Ooh, for a camera. Like a
I'll give her that.
Is it really?
She's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's absolutely correct. And the actual definition is a cube with a bulb that attaches to each side of a camera and takes 4 pictures in succession. A flash cube. You used to stick it on top of the camera, and you would take the picture, and it would flash, and you could only use 4 then. You had to throw it away.
All right.
All right. So we move on now to the young.
The young
which is
ish.
You guys.
Sort of. Minus Steve.
All right. What is this? What is a, what's a boif?
A boif.
Yeah, B-O-Y-F.
B-O-Y-F?
A boif.
Finished.
Okay. Nick, you are playing for listener Arnold. What is a boif?
It's your boyfriend.
Yeah, that's correct. Short for boyfriend. Yeah. Kathy, what do you have?
Boyfriend.
All right, Mary, you win too. Steve, what do you have?
Boyfriend.
That's right. And Casey, what do you have?
Boyfriend.
Yes, everybody wins. Zach, Joe, Mary, and Arnold. And that means 4 points for the young team. And let me see what we have here. What is a Rolodex?
Oh.
We are going to go to Aish, who's playing for listener Frank. What's a Rolodex?
A Segway?
No.
Segway.
Segway. It rolls.
Exactly.
All right.
Rolls across
I'm
decks.
sorry, Frank, you lose. All right, listener Ryan is playing with Brianna. Brianna, what's a Rolodex?
This is embarrassing. I said a game.
A game. No.
All right.
And then Sammy, you're playing for listener Dan. What's a Rolodex?
I put phone numbers in a rolly thing because I didn't know how to describe
I'll
it.
take it. Phone numbers in a rolly thing. I thought somebody was going to say a watch. You guys ready?
Yes, ready.
What is BYOD?
Okay.
BYOD. Jot it down and let's see if you know. All right, let's go to, first we'll try Casey out, and he's playing for listener Alan. Casey, what is BYOD?
It's bring your own. I wrote date.
No, that's incorrect. I'm sorry. Alan, you lose. Steve is playing for listener Mike. Steve, what is BYOD?
I wrote bring your own drugs.
No, that is incorrect.
Good
Mike is
thing.
out. Kathy's playing for Gina. Kathy?
I got it.
What?
Bring your own doll.
No.
Kathy's a half.
Cow got in there somehow.
Good cow.
Nick,
Or I have fat fingers.
you're playing for listener Paul. BYOD.
Bring your own dad.
No.
It's a drink.
Hang on. No. Let's ask the interns. Brianna, you look like you know.
I believe it's bring your own dog.
No. Aish, you know?
No idea.
Is it bring your own dip?
No.
Bring your own dip.
It's like a Super Bowl party.
How
like, bring
come
your
all
own-
these? Nobody knows these younger
dip parties.
phrases.
I think because maybe Marissa's not as young as she thinks she is.
It stands for Bring Your Own Device.
Device!
An IT policy where employees are allowed to use their personal mobile devices and notebooks to access enterprise data and systems. Harper Lee, who wrote one of America's most enduring literary classics, To Kill a Mockingbird, of course, about a child's view of right and wrong, and waited 55 years to publish the second book with the same characters from a very different point of view, died at the age of 89 on Friday.
Yeah, I was surprised to see this.
Yeah. For many years, Lee, a shy woman with an engaging southern drawl who never married, lived
We were pretty much allowed to go.
lived quietly and privately, always turning down interview requests. She alternated between living.
She ran a laser tag place.
Oh,
yeah. That was her thing.
You got to do something.
We were very fond of the game laser tag, which simulated actual combat without the actual casualties. Through the use of science and technology, you could stalk your prey and virtually assassinate them without causing any physical harm.
But the guns, they kind of go pew,
Go
pew, pew.
pew,
Yeah,
pew, pew. I got you. Commander Harper Lee reporting for Intergalactic Battalion.
Wouldn't that be the wildest thing? She ran a laser tag place?
Harper Lee's laser tags on Route 14.
No, she like did TV commercials for them and everything.
Yeah,
So
it's intergalactic fun. That's the sound of excitement.
Oh my God.
I guess they don't want to report on that part of her life.
Oh God. No.
Into the space shuttle. Next stop.
Lake Tahoe, California, thought they sometimes heard a strange noise, like snoring, coming from underneath their home. When they asked neighbors to listen for it, no one else noticed. So the family ignored it. That is, until last week, when 5 bears that had been hibernating in the crawl space under their home woke up.
Oh, my God.
5 bears were living under their house. And they were snoring, and that's the noise that they heard. The family called an organization called the Bear League. And the group helped the family get the mother bear out of the house along with her 4 yearling cubs. Can you imagine?
Unbelievable.
That is terrifying. A woman survived off of a 6-pack of yogurt and snow after being stranded in a California forest for 6 days.
Hell, that's a party.
Justin Lonick and Sheena Gullett got stuck in the snow on April 14th after they tried to drive off from a highway.
It's a good thing we brought snow.
To Little Valley, California on dirt roads during a snowstorm.
Oh.
The two spent the night in their vehicle, and in the morning, the battery was dead. They attempted to walk back to the highway, but Gullett began falling behind as the soles of her boots had come off.
Jesus.
Lonick continued to walk ahead, and eventually they became separated due to the heavy snow. He searched, but was unable to find Gullett due to the snowfall, so he sought shelter and built a campfire. Saturday morning, April 16th. Lonick continued walking toward the highway, finding a gravel road. He sought shelter again that night, and on Sunday, April 17th, he finally reached the highway and hitched a ride from a passerby. Thereafter, he reported what had happened, and Sheena was stranded in the forest, possibly with their vehicle. The details of the incident were originally unclear, making it difficult for the sheriff's personnel to narrow down a search area. Officials said Lonick was not familiar with the area and the roads that they had been traveling on. So on April 20th, Lonick rode along with the sheriff's deputy to search the area and see if he could provide a better location as to where he and Gullett got stuck in the snow. A sheriff's agent, along with 2 U.S. Forest Service personnel, were also in the search looking for Gullett. And after searching for several hours, the sheriff's sergeant located the vehicle. Immediately upon his arrival, Gullett came out of the car. Officials said she was emotional but physically okay. And during the 6 days that Gullett was stranded, she rationed a 6-pack of yogurt, eating 1 per day. She did not have any water and had to eat snow in order to get liquid.
Amazing.
She said that she saw the helicopter fly over a few days earlier. However, because she was in a heavily wooded area, they were unable to see her. She was transported to the ranger station to be evaluated by medical personnel. She provided the sheriff's office with the same details that Lonick gave on how they became separated, and she is now safe back at home.
I heard that she had forgotten there was a Primo's party tray in the trunk.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The whole time? If only she knew.
Man.
How about this? A pilot smoking a cigarette in a cockpit is believed to have brought down a passenger jet, killing everyone on board.
No.
According to an investigation, Egypt Air Flight MS-804 crashed into the Mediterranean Sea in May of 2016, killing 66 passengers and crew. The Airbus A320 had been flying from Paris to Cairo, with the Egyptian authorities claiming terrorism had been responsible for the incident. An investigation has found that a fire broke out in the cockpit due to the oxygen escaping from the co-pilot's mask when it's believed smoking was taking place. The cigarette would have caused the oxygen to combust. 3 days before the crash, the pilot's mask was apparently replaced, and its setting was left on emergency instead of normal by a maintenance engineer, causing oxygen to be emitted. Experts are not sure why the mask had been left in this setting. And according to the report, Egyptian pilots would regularly smoke. Just 2 months earlier, ashtrays in the same aircraft's cockpit needed to be replaced.
So they were smoking that recently?
Yep.
In a cockpit?
That is true. Yep.
The whole issue of oxygen and its possible... Well, this is what you get.
Audio reveals the pilot and co-pilot expressing that they, quote, both felt tired from the night's flight and lack of sleep, but experts said hours of rest had been respected for both, so that probably wasn't part of the
isn't the
incident.
protocol that the flight crew usually goes out on the wings when they smoke?
Yes.
I'll be right
respect
back.
for the passengers, yes. All right, and then one more story, and then we will wrap it up. An unusual case, this is in Tennessee, lands a man behind bars facing charges for impersonating a Homeland Security agent. The case is centered around a fox known as Lulu that Keith Redeker claimed is a federal canine.
A federal canine?
A fox.
Wow.
Okay. So the sheriff...
And a master of disguise.
The sheriff, Chris Davis, said it's very bizarre. The investigation began after the fox was shot and killed by a neighbor. Apparently, it was killing her chickens and the animals on the property there that she had, Davis said.
Agent Simmons, I'm responding to a report.
And that's when the investigation took another turn. Mr. Redeker had reached out to her and identified himself as a Homeland Security agent and that she was going to be in big trouble, that she had shot and killed a federal canine that was used in bomb detection and search and rescue. The sheriff shared photos
and that's a TSA woodchuck
of the red fox inside a canine cage in the back of a vehicle and a service dog registration for Redeker and the fox that said canine search and rescue, canine explosive. So according to the sheriff, This isn't the first time that Redeker has been in trouble with the law, claiming to be a federal agent. He said he makes no bones about it. He will wear around a bulletproof vest out in public, and it has firearms instructor on it. He will present himself with BDUs with a duty-type belt. There's way more than meets the eye to this. Looks like he's been skating and floating and trying to present himself and appear as a Homeland Security agent in several counties across the state. Redeker faces criminal impersonation and is now out on bond, but more charges are expected.
It's nuts.
Yep. All right, and there you go. That is what we're going to wrap up the Bizarre File with, because it is now a little bit after 8, and we got to do it.
MMR's Concert Cash. Now, here's your Concert Cash keyword.
All right, keyword is dial, D-I-A-L. We're going to give you until 15 minutes after the hour to enter it. There are 3 ways to do it. You can text it to the special contest short code number, which is 45911. Or if you want to be entered for the $10,000 grand prize, enter it via the MMR app or at WMMR.com. One random entry wins $500 in this company-wide contest, and all MMR winners receive 2 free tickets to the MMRBQ. Winners will get a call from our company, Beasley. Make sure you answer your phone. Contest rules available at WMMR.com, and it is sponsored by AAA Distributor. And the word again is dial, D-I-A-L. We got money and tickets. Come and get them. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Hey, it's Pierre, and as you might have heard, tomorrow is MMR's 54th birthday. We thought it'd be cool to celebrate on my show with requests a You Call It Friday all day with songs that connect you to us. Maybe you won tickets to a show, maybe money to buy tickets to a show, or a car to drive to a show, or even a trip to see a show, or anything for that matter. Think about it and get in touch tomorrow after Preston and Steve on MMR.
Our pets, we love them. They might fight for screen time during an important video conference, or they might steal our spot in bed. My dog did that last night. They might even knock everything off the dresser while staring directly at you in the eye. But that is why we love them, and why most loving pet parents choose Fuzzy to keep their pets happy and healthy. And Fuzzy is a digital pet care service offering 24/7 attention from veterinary professionals and individualized treatment. So if you're on a road trip and you need help calming down your co-pilot, or you're just at home wondering why your cat only drinks from the sink, there's always a vet ready to respond. And Fuzzy even gives you product recommendations to keep joints healthy, coats shiny, teeth strong, and fleas far, far away. And every product is handpicked by their experienced vet team and personalized to your pet's needs. Fuzzy has everything for our pets, because our pets are everything. So for a limited time, when you visit yourfuzzy.com/Philly, you can become a Fuzzy pet parent for 7 days for free. That's yourfuzzy.com/Philly to ask their vets anything. Get personalized pet product recommendations and improve your pet's health for free.
76ers basketball is as hot as ever. Guarantee you're part of the action next season with a 22-23 76ers season ticket package on sale now. Experience membership benefits such as playoff ticket priority, invitations to exclusive events, and more when you join the 76ers season ticket member base, Society 76. For more information, go to Sixers.com/tickets or Sixers.com/Society 76. Go Sixers!
I can walk again. I can cross my legs again. I can wear heels again.
After years of living with chronic joint pain, Andrea Southard is now living a normal life, pain-free, thanks to natural biologic treatments at QC Kinetics.
We tried everything, and my husband had heard the commercial for QC Kinetics on the radio, and he told me to call him and check it out.
That phone call changed Andrea's life. QC Kinetics used powerful natural biologics to treat her aching joints. It's high-tech precision medicine that can restore and repair damaged joint tissue with no surgery and no drugs, providing lasting relief.
I felt like I was in my 20s again. I could tie my own shoes. Really the little things that you don't think about.
Pain in your hips, knees, back, shoulders? Get rid of the pain now. Call QC Kinetics.
215-618-4345. That's 215-618-4345. QC Kinetics. 215-618-4345.
A Honda is more than just a vehicle. It's a gateway to spring adventure. Start your adventures with Honda, the brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 0.9% APR on a 2022 Honda HR-V and a 1.9% APR on a 2022 Civic or Accord. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si 2021 ACSI survey of customers rating the performance of their own automobiles.
Never forget that the best way to relax in the middle of rush hour traffic is to have your Mickey D's breakfast sandwich riding shotgun. So just pull over and enjoy the sweet reminder that there is no better passenger for this ride.
Now, buckle up with a steak, egg, and cheese bagel, sausage, egg, and cheese bagel, or a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. There's never been a toastier or tastier companion. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's.
Meet Allison, teammate at Truist Bank. Hi. She was born to care, and she always had your back. You could say that. Like that time back in the mid-'80s when she spotted Stacy Kaminsky with her new perm, and a car was coming, about to hit a puddle. So Allison jumps in front of the splash, just in time to protect Stacy's fresh curls. Look, I had to do it. A wet perm just doesn't work. Today, Allison's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank. Learn more at truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
Get ready for more Ed Bassmaster more often. Introducing the Ed Bassmaster Live residency at the Rivers Casino Philadelphia Event Center. Performances begin Friday, April 29th. Don't miss YouTube and TV prankster Ed Bassmaster and his characters live on stage. The Ed Bassmaster Live residency at the Event Center starting April 29th. Get tickets and check upcoming dates at riverscasino.com/Philadelphia. Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Philly loves a winner.
Go and get it. Your degree in savings during Window Nation's spring break sale that's happening. You get 2 free windows with every 2 you buy, and you can do that for as many as you need. And of course, you make no down payment and pay no interest for 24 months. Call 866-90Nation. WindowNation.com as well. You can set up an appointment and see what we've been going on about for all these years now.
Absolutely. When people come over to the house, I told you one time I had 2 other contractors out there, and they were saying, "Where'd you get the windows?" So, and they noticed the good work and the craftsmanship. Once we had these windows installed again in the dead of winter, we had them. It was a complete cold snap. I was amazed they got them all in a day and a half, and we've been saving on our energy costs ever since.
And don't forget, they only use top-of-the-line materials. We're talking about mold spray, Quad Max sealant. Stuff is against all weather conditions, and they can do it in your home. 866-90Nation or windownation.com, and you get 2 free windows with every 2 you buy, plus make no down payment, make no payments, and pay no interest for 2 full years. Save thousands. These are savings that you'll only see once this year. 866-90Nation or windownation.com.
From Penn Win to Penn Saucon.
Your home for everything that rocks. Live and local 24/7. We are 93.3 WMMR. Philadelphia.
Dirty Honey. 93.3 WMMR. Honey.
Honey?
Yep, it's The Wire. 8:13 with the Preston and Steve Show. Still like a minute or so left by the time you get your phone out and everything to enter the word DIAL, D-I-A-L, for our Concert Cash giveaway. So make sure that you do take advantage of that right now. Again, the word is DIAL, D-I-A-L, as in dial Kathy's phone so she gets in here and can do
Where
the
is she, by the
traffic.
way?
I don't know where she is.
Is she pooping?
She's pinching one up. That's what she's always doing. I mean, we don't really want to.
Oh, my God.
Baby, all the time. All the
She leaves the door open.
I mean, she just had her one-on-one with Bill yesterday. She should know better.
Oh. Try and squeeze one out right now. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, brother.
Turtlehead was poking.
Oh, my God.
I need you to stop talking and listen to me.
Bill says do the traffic. What's going on?
The Boulevard southbound is jammed from Broad to Fox on the Schuylkill Expressway. We've got delays 202 into Belmont, the Boulevard to the Vine Expressway westbound side. Jams from Passyunk to South Street, City to Belmont, the Blue Road out to 202. 95 southbound, heavy from Cotman through to Bridge, and then from Girard to the Vine Expressway. There's an accident off to the shoulder. And then from the Blue Route to Highland Avenue, we had an earlier accident. Nope, looks like it's still there. 422 eastbound. Jams from Oaks to Trooper. It's off to the left shoulder. PA Turnpike westbound, heavy from Virginia Drive to Fort Washington. An accident on the Garden State Parkway southbound at Atlantic City. 55 northbound jams north of Deptford to the 42 freeway. Route 70 westbound jams from 295 to Kings Highway. 2 lanes are blocked. That's a water main break. This traffic report brought to you by Whole Foods Market. Get 2 large avocados for $4 through May 3rd, plus an extra 10% off for Prime members while supplies last. Learn more on the Whole Foods Market app. And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, thank you, Kathy. Real quick before we dive into anything, a couple of shout-outs I want to do. This first one is got a little bit of length to it, but this is a great story. This is from Amanda Kraft. And she said, I have transitioned to an at-home position as an RN recently, and I affectionately referenced the whole crew as my coworkers. I have 2 kids, 5 and 6, who have suffered through their mommy listening to the show every morning on the way to school. And this is where the second thank you comes in, because initially she just thanked us for having a great show and all that stuff. So she said recently there have... Actually, they, meaning the kids, they have actually started to get the jokes that you guys do and are laughing along, and I've never been prouder. A few weeks ago, there was a conversation about Moe's Restaurant and their famous greeting of Welcome to Moe's, which Steve brilliantly coined a catchphrase for the make-believe restaurant, Buttholes. Welcome to Buttholes. So she said, my kids found it hysterical to the point that the rest of the ride was devoted to how they could make that phrase the silliest. And I decided to surprise them one night and make our home into the restaurant Buttholes.
Wow.
During COVID, I took on many roles: movie theater usher, waitress, you name it. So this was right up my alley. And she attached a picture to this email of the sign, Welcome to Buttholes, that she has hung up in their house.
Oh, that's great.
So on a more serious note, she said, I sent you a text on Wednesday to the show after you mentioned the Take Steps event, which is coming up on June 12th, by the way, at the Link, and it's for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. She said, my son, who is 6, was having a lot of GI issues over the last month. His pediatrician chalked it up to a GI bug and told us to keep him hydrated and watch for blood. Well, blood arrived on the scene last week. I took him to the nearest children's hospital. He underwent a transfusion and 4 days' worth of testing, speculation of whether or not he had Crohn's. My husband and I were stressing out, of course, but I turned to my husband on day 2 of all this, and I said, Preston's daughter has Crohn's. She's living a normal life with it. Liam, our son, will be okay. And somehow this turned the whole situation into complete panic to, okay, we can manage this.
Awesome.
After his EGD and colonoscopy, he was found to have ulcerative colitis. Gang, that sucks. This kid's going to be okay. They're going to take care of him, but I can't stress to you how painful that is, the people that end up with ulcerative colitis. She said he's taking steroids right now, and his symptoms finally have gone away. I wanted to thank you for being candid and sharing personal information, because it really does help to know that we're not alone. So thank you again. I was hoping, if it's possible, that my son Liam could get a shout out. His birthday is on the 11th of May. We're going to do it early now. She said you could do it anytime. If not then, any day will do. For being so brave and strong while keeping his humor at the hospital, mooning me, and yes, screaming, welcome to Buttholes, while going through the bowel prep process for his colonoscopy. And if you could throw a little one in for his sister Emma, who at 5 years old is not allowed to ask for a Yoo-Hoo drink without doing it like Steve does. And tell Nick to suck it, because Yoo-Hoos are delicious, she says. Thank you for all that everyone does. That is from Amanda Kraft. So let's do a shout out.
You want a big one, Kings, or what do you?
Yeah, why not?
A shout out for Liam, and then we'll have to do a little one. Emma.
All right, let me get the squeaker page. 1 second.
This is for Emma, who is 5 years old. And there you go. That's for Emma. Those are show outs.
We're covered.
By the way, yes, the Philadelphia Take Steps Walk is taking place on June 12th.
All right.
I am their honored media hero this year. It's a really cool honor.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been hosting the event for several years now. Thousands of people come out to this. We would love to add you to the Preston WMMR team. If you would like to walk with me, sign up. You can go to WMMR.com. They always have live bands, like several live bands throughout the concourse. This is going to be the Link. You can walk down on the field. The cheerleaders will be there. Swoop will be there.
I mean, it's great. That's awesome.
Like superheroes, magicians, all kinds of vendors. It's a really cool event. So I would love for you to be a part of that and help out people like Liam and like my daughter who need this and get this research and get this thing tackled. So,
And this is the first time at the link, right?
yeah, it's usually at Citizens Bank Park.
Right.
I'm not sure why we're doing it at the link, but I don't care. I actually went down there to film this little video to promote it, and I got to run out on the field and spike the football. It's pretty cool, man.
I never got to do that.
You never got to do that?
No.
Well, come out on June 12th if you can, if you got a free day, and I'll make sure that they let you do that, Casey. All right, so anyhow, thank you for letting me do that. Another quick one says, hey, can I get a shout out? This says on Friday the 29th. I'm going to give it to you now. This Saturday, the Colleen P. Smith Memorial Softball Tournament will take place at Burholm Park in Northeast Philly. 400 people will be playing all day. You can start the festivities with a loud shout out to all the participants. You've been a friend to us in the past with studio show passes, which we raffled off. All of you feel free to stop by anytime, and we'll return the shout out favor. Thank you so much for you guys rock. And it says from Colleen's dad.
Oh, okay.
So here you go, shout out. And then there's one I wanted to make sure. Man, I have so many good ones.
There's a lot.
Too many of them. There was one. Oh, yeah. This is one of the more interesting ones I've ever received. It says, I need you to stop talking and listen to me. Okay, so that's.
There we go.
I need you to stop talking and listen to me.
It says, hey, Presbo, I'm requesting a shout out for my 6-year-old Nigerian dwarf goat, Bo Duke.
Bo Duke?
He will be racing in the Sly Fox Brewery goat races.
Oh, those are great.
On Sunday, May 1st. And this will be his 3rd time racing.
Wow.
And we're going for the gold this year. No, they're not going to be in cars.
Oh, damn it.
Well, I don't know that definitively.
Yeah. They're very
please
smart.
help me cheer him on. Thank you. Have a great day. That is from Jessica McIll. Oh, it's a Mackle, Nick.
McElroy?
McIlvaine.
McIlvaine, yeah.
Are you Nick McIlvaine?
Yeah. We're related.
Isn't that what you call your penis?
You're being interrogated by a German SS.
McIlvaine.
Please tell me you're Nick McIlvaine.
You want to meet the McIlvaine?
So she is from Exon. Here is a chart for you, and good luck to the goat, Bo Duke.
Those are great races.
They're so much fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if they went away for pandemic or whatever, but I'm glad that they're coming back.
And then, let me see. I'm trying to hit these as close to the date as I can. So here's one. Hey, Preston, I give a shout out to my older brother's wife. And it's my older brother wife's birthday. Her name is April, and it's my birthday too. So if you can give me and my older brother's wife, April,
sister-in-law,
a shout out for would-be, that would be great. And our birthdays are on the 28th of April. Listen to this. I already started practicing golf for Special Olympics of South. My first one was in April, and my second golf practice will be in May.
Nice.
So that is from Brian Andrioli from Gloucester City, New Jersey, and he's going to be playing in he's doing Special Olympics golf, which is cool. So there you go. Happy birthday to you and to April as well. And April's birthday is in April. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Casey, you wanted to do a shout out?
Well, you know what? Speaking of golf, I wanted to give a sharp plug to Delaware Autism. So I am golfing today in the Drive for Autism. I've been doing this golf outing for, God, at least 20 years.
Yeah,
a long time. And so I want to give a shout and a hello to Artie Kempner, who is the creator and the organizer of the event. He is an awesome guy, and he does so much work for Delaware Autism, as does Deanna Principe and her husband, Joe Principe, as well as Chris. I want to say hi to Kent, who I met at the DuPont Country Club years and years ago. But, so I'm golfing in this outing, and so I just wanted to give a shout and all my love to everybody over at Delaware Autism.
Artie's the man.
He is.
He's one of the most dedicated people I've ever met. And tell them I'm sorry I can't make it.
I know. You got.
I didn't go last year because my shoulder was all messed up. Or no, did they have it last year?
They had it last year. You had another previous. Listen, I know that if you can be there, you will be there.
I love that.
You have an event that you're going to tonight.
Yep.
That I am not going to because I'm doing this event. So and then also my daughter is
tonight is for Cora.
Yeah, she's doing. Yeah, so I'm not going to Cora because I'm playing in the golf outing. My daughter is actually being inducted into the National Honor Society for Spanish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
April is Autism Awareness Month.
It is.
Okay. Yep.
Yes.
By the way, are the NASCAR crew going to be out there for this?
So there are going to be a bunch, but there was a scheduling mix-up. There's some sort of TV filming because when they do these televised races, they have to get these NASCAR drivers in to shoot like these B-roll films and stuff like that. So Some of them will be there. Some of them will not be there. But Johnny Damon, a former baseball player, he's going to be like the master of ceremonies today. So he'll be there. Matt O'Donnell is going to be there. Frank Quincy Harris is going to be there.
And one of the key grips on my 600-pound life will be there.
Yes.
Bundle up. It's going to be it's going to be brisk today because of the breeze. And yes, we'll be at this event tonight for Cora, the local charity, and it is at the National Constitution Center, and they're honoring a bunch of different people, including the McElhennys.
Yes.
So Rob and Caitlin will be there tonight. I don't know if their kids will be there, too.
I don't know,
I'm
but
curious.
I'm hoping that Rob's dad is going to be there because that's how Rob got involved with them in the first place. We've gotten to know the McElhenney family a bit over the years. There are still tickets available, so if you want to go to coraservices.org, you can buy tickets for tonight's event. And the VIP reception, you get to meet some of these people. Also, congrats to the McGettigan family. I've known Mary Kay McGettigan for a really long time. She used to work here at MMR, and she and her family are also being honored, so congrats to them.
Excellent. And that's a really cool place, National Constitution Center, if you've never been there. But me and Steve and Nick will be representing the show tonight. So we have some time to chat. So I think we need to stay local, walk the streets of Philadelphia, and see what all we can get into.
Wow.
City Beat.
He's the meat behind the beat with the oh-so-succulent feet.
I like that you included my feet in
Yeah, you got it. You can't just all,
together. It's nice. So the Wells Fargo Center, $300 million initiative to revamp the concourse and amenities. Next is going to turn to the club level to modernize the fan experience in South Philadelphia. When we went there for G's last game, I was talking to a couple of people that work there, and they were telling me about the plans for the club level.
Yeah.
And how they're going to be rehashing it, because it's still, all the stuff that they've done in the past couple of years is so cool. It's so amazing, and they're not done yet.
We got to take advantage of it right before all hell broke loose and everything shut down, and now everything's coming back up online. But, man, I love what they're doing.
So they unveiled the plans on Tuesday. They're bringing in 4 new bar concepts. They're redesigning the club level, which will be remodeled with an open layout and new seating options. The $50 million plan is a refined version of renovations that were previewed just before the start of COVID, which resulted in a 16-month pause on construction at the arena.
Yeah, just 16 months.
When the club level is overhauled in the coming year, all seat and suite holders in these areas will have access to the 4 new bars. The East and West bars, located on opposite sides of the arena, will offer a centralized place to relax and grab drinks before, both, and during both. Let me try this again. Drinks both before and during the games and concerts.
And pet washing stations, right?
No.
Oh.
Each of the 2 bars will have a theme that highlights the changeover process that takes place when the hockey rink turns over to hardwood basketball court or concert venue, and vice versa. So features will include signature bar top tables that switch from an icy surface to a lined maple hardwood top, depending on whether the Flyers or Sixers are playing that night.
Wow.
Behind the bars, OLED displays will display time lapses of the arena changeovers. Life-size holograms of Flyers, Sixers, or musical stars
Yes.
will also welcome guests to the bars, depending on the event, with themed cocktails available to match the scenario.
So holographic imagery, they're going to use that. That's amazing.
2 other themed bars will debut this coming fall for premium seating guests. The Showplace Bar, a whiskey bar, will honor the legacy of the Spectrum with artifacts, portraits, and personal lockers to store bottles. The Center Bar will focus on the sports and entertainment history of the Wells Fargo Center with memorabilia and memories from the last few decades of Philadelphia sports, music, and culture. And the new club level will also have exclusive retail outlets with specialty items only allowed to premium guests.
There was a notion 5 or 6 years ago, and maybe it hasn't completely disappeared, but that the Sixers might want to play in a new arena. And, they got a new ownership group, and there was talk of maybe them moving to South Jersey or Camden where the practice facilities are or whatever. But the way that the Wells Fargo Center has responded to make it a cool building again, to do all these renovations, really is impressive. And it shows a commitment, because I like the building a lot. I think it's comfortable. It's a fun place to see a game or concert. And I'm glad that they're not knocking it down and building a new one, or that it seems like the Sixers are going to be able to stay for a long time. So this is these renovations are a welcome improvement.
There's nothing that I have an issue with there.
No.
As far as the layout of it goes, because, the Spectrum had its problems big time.
Yeah.
The Vet had its problems. And in this building, there's not one thing about it that I'm like, nah, this really sucks. Or
If
that
there's
really,
one thing, free tickets always.
Right. Sure, that'd be nice.
Yeah. But I realize that's not reasonable.
Parking and stuff like that. Look, any place is not going to be very convenient, just because of the nature of how crazy it is when you have thousands of people pouring in. But I love the Wells Fargo Center.
It's great.
Yeah.
So the team store, switching between the Sixers and Flyers, will feature a mix of premium products from high-end brands and custom streetwear to designers with local ties. Luxury items like winter coats, travel bags, watches, and glassware will be available from brands such as Toomey, Peter Millar.
I'm going to the game tonight. I'm going to get a coat.
Cutter and Buck, Vineyard Vines, and North Face. So they're bringing in,
Will they have on-site tailors and things like that?
Really nice brands.
Yeah.
There will also be a new entrance and lobby for premium seating ticket holders on the Broad Street side of the arena, adjacent to the VIP parking lot.
Oh, that's good.
The lobby area will have a high-end bar, seating areas, fireplaces, and a secured coat check.
I like the fireplace idea.
So this is for premium ticket holders.
Yes. I would like to see them install a Stargate that gets you right over.
Sure. That can actually takes your wormhole.
Right.
And,
All right.
Yep, mhm.
Do they have
It's a good idea.
All right.
I don't know if that is available.
I like
I
it,
would like
though.
to see a Stargate somewhere.
So the 4 new seating options are as follows. Did you want to jump in on something first, Casey?
You like the Stargate idea, don't you?
No, but there's an idea that I have that the city needs, and I'm trying to find a place for it to be.
Mecha Godzilla?
It's not. It's not. It is not. That would be terrifying. No, this is more fun. It's family fun. So it'll be after Preston's done.
Let me do this first. All right. So you have these are the seating options. You have Club Premier, 248 seats. The only seat in Wells Fargo Center, which in-seat service from any food and beverage location in the arena will take place. Each ticket comes with $30 in loaded value that can be used for food, beverages, or merchandise throughout the arena. Flyers and Sixers playoff tickets are included in the price of the seat. These exclusive seats are already sold out for the season.
Of course.
Club Select, there are 1,021 seats. Similar to the Club Premier option, this tier includes loaded value for food, beverages, and merchandise. In-seat service is limited to club-level menu options, and Flyer and Sixers playoff tickets are not included. You have loge seating.
Loge.
There are 136 heated seats.
Ah.
The largest, most comfortable seats in the building will come with great views and $30 in loaded value for food, beverages, and merchandise. The seating areas have a ledge to support dining and drinks and USB ports for charging devices.
Is this my loge ledge?
Loge. And then you have grill row seats.
It's a box.
180 seats. These seats are located directly in front of the grill, which is the restaurant.
Yep.
Providing easy access to the reimagined members-only restaurant that will feature a new Philly-specific culinary concept to be announced soon. These tickets also come with loaded value for food, beverages, and merchandise. So listen, these are premium items. These are the expensive seats in the building.
For long-time fans and people with the means, it's going to be something really cool. But that also allows opportunities to give things like that away, to give that experience away. And that's cool as well.
Yep. So that is taking place. I don't know when the timeline is on projected completion of that, but they're getting it underway.
There are tiers for everyone, right down to inverted buckets as seats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inverted buckets. That'd be tough. Casey, what's your family-friendly idea?
Okay, so I was recently in Disney World, and they have rides in Disney. One is called Soarin'. The other one is the Avatar ride. So
Yes.
I was on Soaring, and it is a great ride. Steve, I don't know
Soaring
if you're
is the Avatar ride, yes?
No, Avatar is similar to what Soaring is.
Okay.
But Soaring is, you just sit in the seat, and the seat kind of like raises up,
Yeah.
and it puts you in front of this giant screen.
Oh, yeah.
And then the
They're
seat,
great. I love rides.
It's a flight simulator.
It's a flight simulator, and you fly all over the world,
Yeah.
right? It's an amazing ride. It's an amazing feeling, experience. And, you can only do it in Disney World, right? So it costs you thousands of dollars just to get on this ride, and then you have to wait in line for an hour to get there.
It's a motion control ride.
It's a motion control ride, and I feel like Philadelphia could have its own version of that. It could be called like Philly Flying or Flying with a PH.
Case, it's a great years, Manhattan. I don't even know if they have it. But you'd go into the city, and there was something like that would kind of show you flying around the city, flying through the buildings and stuff like that.
And that's I'm riding through this ride, I was thinking, man, you could start at the the art museum or something like that, and fly down JFK Boulevard, down
narrated by Gary Lauer.
Narrated by Gary Lauer.
As you take flight, fly over Juliana Park.
Soaring like an eagle. But down Broad Street through the link. I thought maybe the flight at some point takes the flight path of a home run ball, and it could be like a 5-10 minute ride, whatever. But where could you put it? Franklin Institute is maybe
of our excuse me. The birth of our nation.
No, Casey. And then also, I don't know how much something like that would cost to build. To me, it did. I don't know.
What happens a lot of times is those things were put in place years ago when they used to have the World's Fairs.
Right.
And you'd have them, and then whatever city that was hosting it would get that.
Yeah.
No, those are cool things.
What about the, speaking of the World's Fair, Please Touch Museum? It's underused, beautiful building, was built for the World's Fair in Philly.
That whole setup, they have the diorama of what that World's Fair looked like.
It was so cool.
It's amazing.
Financially, it doesn't, it's, I don't want to say it's hurting, but I just don't know if they have the means to invest whatever it costs to build something to do. But that was the thought I had.
No, I love it.
Was that one?
I think it's a great idea.
And then I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe Wells Fargo Center. But, I just feel like it would be really, really cool to have something like that here. And
It would be.
Yeah.
If somebody could afford to build one, and it would be. The problem is you need guaranteed sold out events all the time. And with Disney World, you've got constant turnover of people coming in. It's a destination.
And that's
you also need a high profile advocate.
And for upkeep for that, I would imagine is not cheap, and it'd be tough to keep people coming in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if Philly became more of a destination, then that's why New York could probably have something like that, because it's a city that gets more tourism than we do.
Yeah. But that's why I was thinking something like Franklin Institute. My daughter's there right now for a field trip. The people are there constantly, and that is a destination not only for out of towners, but also people that live here. It's a place that people go to all the time.
Yeah. All right. I have some other city beat stuff.
What do you have?
It's the old video of an orangutan driving a golf cart. Nick has the video playing.
It's great.
It's outstanding.
We should just do that.
I love the label, driving to the banana store.
You just can't help but sit and laugh at this really relaxed, just chilling drive around the complex.
Replace the river ducks with orangutan golf carts.
That'd be great. I'd be all over that, man. All right, something else. We mentioned this the other day. M. Night Shyamalan is beginning his 15th feature, A Knock at the Cabin, and filming in South Jersey and Philadelphia. And one of the things I failed to mention is the fact that they're looking for extras.
Didn't know that.
So our good friend Diane Heary, who we've known for ages, she's with the casting agency, Heary Loftus. And they are the ones that do the casting for all the M. Night Shyamalan movies.
Yes, they do.
So what I don't have are any particulars about casting calls or what they're looking for or when people are working.
Because the roles of the radio broadcasters have already been filled.
They've been filled, clearly.
By us.
I tweeted it at night one time. I was like, when they were making Glass.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, wouldn't it be great if the characters were driving through Philadelphia, listening to the radio, and they heard a radio show reporting on something that happened that involved them? That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Nothing.
Tweet.
Crickets. I mean, it really is kind of, honestly, maybe I'm biased because I work on the show, but it's kind of odd that he hasn't yet.
Right.
Well,
he does everything.
Yuki gets in every movie.
Yuki's in everything. And we love Yuki.
Everything Philly. Why has our radio station not been on?
Yeah.
What about the scene in Rocky when he wakes up in the morning, he's listening to Philadelphia radio?
Yeah.
It's an actual, I forget which station it was at the time, but he has this big egg drink.
Was it Wibbeth? WIBF?
I don't remember.
Anyway.
Wibbeth good.
So.
he had it in he had somebody named Casey in the movie, and it wasn't me.
Yeah.
What's that all about? So anyway, so they're going to be shooting, and they are always looking for extras in his film. So Marissa just brought me something. You can visit castinghl.com for casting notices, and that stands for Heary Loftus, which is the casting agency.
What he's working on, though, it's still kind of secretive. It looks pretty amazing and right in the M. Night Shyamalan wheelhouse.
I read, Steve, that while we don't know for sure, there is speculation that it might be loosely based on the Paul Tremblay novel called The Cabin at the End of the World. You know this?
Not familiar.
I don't either. So
I know it features Mechagodzilla.
No, it's a horror movie site reported this said Tremblay's Bram Stoker award-winning book revolves around a home invasion with ramifications that appear to impact the future of mankind.
So did you see Old?
No, I did not. No, I got to see it.
I don't know. Some people had issues with it. I'm like,
it was good.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I thought it had a really interesting concept. It's the kind of concept you could do a sequel to. Wouldn't you agree, Kathy?
Yeah.
Is it streaming anywhere, or do I have to rent it?
I'm not sure.
Okay, because I mean, he is obviously entrenched with Apple TV, so I wasn't sure if it was available
Preston,
there.
you dig it. I mean, it has. I don't want to give too much away. Just go in and say, the people on the stretch of beach age at a dramatic speed. Yeah. And so why is this happening? And
There's a couple of movies of his that have been panned that I really like. Like, was it Lady in the Water? Or I liked that movie.
I liked that one too.
One that I
It
thought
was different.
The Village, I really liked.
I liked The Village.
Yeah.
I love The Village.
Yeah. There were a couple, and another one got beat up on was the one where it's the
Airbender.
No, the plants.
The Happening.
The Happening.
I enjoy The Happening.
What's happening?
What's happening?
When Rerun came out,
when he
that
comes out, the
dance?
plants
And then
kill him.
Dee was like, ooh.
No, but she freezes halfway through. Ooh, and that's how you know. Yeah.
What
And she
was
kills herself.
the one about the grandparents?
The visit.
The
That was-
yeah.
I
It's a great
loved
movie.
Oh my God.
That was a really good movie.
Under the porch part, Kath, where they were. Oh man.
The only one I was kind of like was Glass. I was looking for. I wanted something else out of it, but
We had two amazing lead-ins between Unbreakable and Split.
Yep.
And though solid, I would have, But listen, that's.
Listen, you're not gonna love everything that everyone does, or that all of someone's material.
If everything is great, then nothing is great.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, hire us. Put us in a movie.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else we got.
Did you say Iris?
Hire us.
Iris. I was like, who's Iris?
Yeah, who's
Is that
Iris?
his new assistant?
Yeah.
All right.
My name is Iris. Knight asked me to call you.
Here is something coming to Philadelphia from May for a year, from May to May.
That's a year.
Artist Deborah Cass's iconic Oi Yo sculpture is going to be in our area. Oi Yo. Deborah, hit it again, Case.
Okay.
Deborah
That's
Cass
my sculpture that now that I think about it, isn't that very good?
is a Brooklyn-based artist who focuses on the intersections between identity, art, pop culture, and politics. And Oi Yo is coming to Philly thanks to the Weizmann National Museum of American Jewish History. It'll be installed at 5th and Market. It's 8 feet tall, 16 feet wide, and 5 feet deep. One side of the artwork, it's Y and O next to each other. But if you're on one side, it's yellow. It looks really cool. It says yo, and if you're on the other side, it says oi.
Wow.
Okay.
I dig that.
And so references the attention-getting phrase used throughout Philly and elsewhere, as well as I in Spanish, while the other side reads oi, a popular Yiddish phrase used in Jewish and American culture. It's got a motion sensor. When you walk near it, you hear that.
What was that?
She said
we should put him next to the statue once he gets here and just have him say that.
She said,
he can be your guide.
She said, I created Oi Yo, thinking about the American promise of equality and fairness and our responsibilities to make the country a better place for all. So that is going to be installed in May, and it'll be another one of those photo opportunities.
Yes.
To go by.
Yeah, those are very popular.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. Yo.
All right, let's see where else we're going to go. Let's walk down by the river. All right?
Yeah. That's where the water is.
Pretty.
Before the Durst Development Corporation could start building a 25-floor apartment tower on the Philadelphia waterfront at Vine Street, actually it'll end up being the tallest structure along the river. It first had to give the plot of land over to a team of archaeologists.
Right.
Which is something that happens regularly around
That's where
here.
they found the Stargate.
Well, maybe if they haven't revealed that yet. 300 North Columbus Boulevard is a known historic site. And some of the first shipping wharfs were built some 300 years ago there. But since 1969, it's been paved over as parking lot. So now they get a chance to dig down in there and see what they can find.
Think about an area as historical as this. You've got to do that because you can't. What if you were to destroy something that was a massive piece of our history?
So, by law, a developer must allow archaeologists to excavate when something of significant historic value is discovered underground. And in this case, the remains of a centuries-old wharf was not unexpected. The archaeological...
So that's one of the oldest Klingons.
No, not Worf from Next Generation. The archaeological exploration was built into Durst's development plan from the beginning. And apparently they ended up finding more than they thought they were going to get into. Lead archaeologist Joel Dworsky of AECOM, a cultural heritage engineering team, dug down about 8 feet into a 3/4 acre pit, and they unearthed brick and stone foundations of small shops and offices. Isn't that wild?
That's amazing. Remember, they had to do the same process when they were building the foundation for the Comcast buildings.
Yes.
I don't know. I assume it's required by law, right?
Yeah, it is. I said that. Yeah.
I missed that part.
By law, you have to have archaeologists come in.
Okay.
So they were effectively middlemen, Dworsky said.
Wow.
They traded in flour, salt, sugar, barreled meats, produce, and stuff like that. But as the brick skeleton of Philadelphia's 18th and 19th century shipping trade emerged from the ground, Dworsky was surprised to find actual bones there. The team discovered animal bones that had clearly been sheared by a saw.
So animals ran stores?
No, they were found near floorboards coated with a thick layer of cedar chips commonly used to absorb blood.
Oh.
The team had discovered the killing floor of a slaughterhouse.
Oh. That's pretty wild.
So that's what they located. They apparently
It's an orangutan head.
They were bringing in.
Apparently, that orangutan's name is Rambo.
No, it is.
Seriously?
What? Oh my
If
God.
you're just okay, let me bring you up to speed. We were watching a video of an orangutan drive a golf cart.
Golf cart.
It's an older video, but it's one that Nick brought up randomly, and
Nothing is over.
and I thought it was fun.
Take you to the ninth hole.
You what?
I'm sorry. Play your clip, Casey.
Casey?
Okay, I thought.
what?
There you go.
What they want?
So yes, they found this slaughterhouse essentially.
It's pretty wild. Have you ever been to like underground Seattle or underground Atlanta?
Yeah, I did the tour in Seattle.
It's amazing.
It's really neat.
Yeah.
Basically, in Seattle, Steve,
It's reclaimed.
Yeah, and they built the city that exists now on top of the existing city.
Yes.
And so now you can tour down into what used to be the city of Seattle. It's
crazy.
It's really fascinating.
It is amazing. Kathy, when you went to Scotland,
Yes.
they have a similar situation.
Yeah, it's really cool to see.
Wow. Another surprise: the presence of children.
Still alive?
Yes.
Finally.
Hey, mister, why did you bury us?
And they didn't age at all. It was crazy.
Well, the dirt keeps us young.
Among the many pieces,
And the food that the animals make for us at their stores.
among the many pieces of ceramic found was a tiny black bowl made of redware pottery, about 2 inches across, and it is a miniature porringer.
A miniature porringer?
Which is a toy of sorts.
Oh.
And he said it was kind of like you'd have a tea set as a kid.
Okay.
So it's like toy,
Yes.
utensils and things like that, I guess.
I find all of the stuff that they yield fascinating. I don't think I would have the patience to take the care.
No.
Like dusting things off.
Yeah, slowly removing the earth. So
I put them in the washing machine.
So you don't damage anything. And then they have to use those sieves, I guess, or
Right.
sifters, and try to find these things. The artifacts, including local redware pottery, important porcelain from China, ship-making tools, glassware, peach pits.
Oh, from the 90210.
From 90210. They form physical record that can be read against a written historic record. So they can compare these.
Welcome to the Peach Pit.
The pit is not the whole story of this site, but it will be the only one told for now. The northern half of the development plot is believed to contain even older, more sensitive remains of a wharf built in the 17th century by James West. Smaller excavations in the past reveal remains of a slip used to build ships. But that portion of the lot will not be built upon. Instead, the Durst organization plans to put a public park there, which will not require extensive excavation.
What
So
is
they're
the-
just going to do that. They're not going to
I love this. I love this whole thing. What is the status of the sort of, it is a new platform on top over 95 that will house like gardens and.
I think this is all. If I was reading the same story that Preston was, or a different version of it, Steve. They're sort of all in conjunction. There's not one overarching developer or government organization like they had with the Big Dig in Boston, but all of these things are supposed to sort of
synergize,
be puzzle pieces that link up and make the connection from Center City, Philadelphia to the river more seamless.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
If you could walk without, the dream, of course, is, though you can at certain points, but to walk over to,
Camden?
Yeah.
All right. One more thing or?
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of a quickie. This is the City Beat, by the way. Wawa is planning to expand its retail footprint in the Florida Panhandle region and adjacent markets in South Alabama.
Oh,
as
wow.
well. Yeah.
How soon before we're coast to coast?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
They really haven't branched out into the Midwest yet.
I wonder if there's other obviously competing places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Wawa is such a juggernaut at this point. I don't think they would encounter a lot of friction.
Yeah, I think they'll start heading west in the near future. Right now, it's just north and east north and south that they're working on. So
Alabama,
they're looking into potential sites for new stores in Pensacola, Panama City, and Tallahassee.
I've been everywhere, man.
As well as Mobile, Alabama, and their goal is 40 stores in those markets, with the first locations expected to begin operating in 2024.
Alabama. I'm surprised that they're not looking at like Tuscaloosa, somewhere closer to University of Alabama's like main campus.
They start somewhere, and then
maybe they are.
Yeah.
You know what? The Wawa off of near the airport, that one that's they just built recently.
Oh, the brand new one, right
is
on.
Always hopping.
The news promoted an article by AL.com, which is Alabama's website, with the headline, "So what's a Wawa?" That was the headline. A question was easily answered by quoting lots of Philly-based best of lists. The article ended by saying it likely will be a while before we know when and where Wawa will open the doors of its first Alabama stores, but the Hoagies are coming.
Huh?
In 2022, this year, Wawa is planning to open 54 new stores across its current markets. And in addition to Florida, those markets will include Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia.
It has to be, even through the lockdown and the pandemic and all that stuff, they still had a system in place where it was still, there was only a brief period where I remember it being pretty difficult to get in and out of there, but they had curbside service at the one near me and all this stuff. So I have to imagine they're thriving.
Yeah, and I think, are you guys cool with the expansion? I mean, before it was our thing, right?
But they're such a good company, and look at the stuff that they do here, and make sure like the welcome of America.
Yeah,
and they're so deliberate with their expansion. Like all of these decisions. And Casey, you mentioned Tuscaloosa. Like I'm sure there's a reason why that's not on this list. Every place that they go to, they do a ton of research and make sure that they can work their way into that market without being intrusive or taking over some place that it's already there.
Cut to a shot of some dude sitting in an office throwing a dart.
I love it. The passion that people have for Wawa. I mean, people have like Wawa tattoos, and it's the staple.
Johnny Knoxville.
But like even people that are from this area, they just love it, and or if they're not, they moved away and they come home, the first thing they do is they go straight to Wawa. Yeah. Press, there's this guy, and I don't know what the status is right now. But you know how like people will hang out and eat on the trash can of the Wawas?
Yeah.
This guy, it is his goal to get Wawa to give him one of those trash cans to replace his dining room table. And
great.
So he has this TikTok thing, and I don't know where he is, but a couple of weeks ago, he goes, it was like balls in your court, Wawa. He goes, every single day you don't respond, I'm throwing a piece of my dining room set away. And so it started with a chair.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and he's
great.
Slowly is going to take his whole table apart. And then he just goes, balls in your court. So I don't know what the status is now.
I will tell you what, on a brand new one, I'd have no problem with that. I've been to some, like the one in Germantown. When I go to,
cigarettes put out on it.
Yeah, I get nowhere near that thing.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, maybe we can get this guy on and help him out. I don't know. All right. That's all I have time for. Strolling the streets of. I can't freaking talk today. I've had people texting in saying, "Preston, what is wrong with you? Are you okay?" I can't speak today, man. I'm working on it.
You don't smell toast or anything, do you?
No, I'm not having a straw.
All right.
I'm good.
No, Nick is just hungry.
All right. Does anyone smell toast? Because I could really go for some right now.
Somebody eat toast and not giving me any.
All right.
I love toast.
We're going to take a break because we got some guests coming up. Mitch Fatel will be in our studio. He's going to be a punchline. We'll talk to him next. Sheryl Crow is on the show, too, so we got more to get to. Stay with us. This is terrible. So anyhow, she lived quietly and privately. She alternated between living in a New York apartment and Monroeville, where where she shared a home with her older sister, lawyer Alice Lee, who is the one
that's this one.
We were pretty much allowed to go.
Any of you guys read Ghost Set of Watchmen, the second one?
No.
It's
I heard it didn't get stupendous reviews.
It's too bad. Yeah. This is a terrible thing to say.
What?
She just should have done the one.
Well, I think this was wasn't this cobbled together without her consent?
That's sort of where it was frustrating because
she wrote this before.
Yeah, right, and then it takes place after To Kill a Mockingbird. But I think it was one of those things.
In a future society where laser guns rule.
Takes a turn.
Just spotted a Death Destroyer. Nice try, Glaxon. We figured out how to remotely turn your shields off.
I want to live with this for a while. I believe we had this gentleman in our studio at our old radio station worked at probably a dozen years ago or so.
I think to promote a movie, Up the Creek, right?
Without a paddle.
Come on!
Man.
Son of a bitch!
Without a paddle with Seth Green and with Dax Shepard.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a fan.
Yeah.
All three were in the studio.
No, I don't believe you. You didn't get the name right.
I got the idea right.
No,
You're Up the Creek without a paddle.
Everybody, this is Matthew Lillard.
Hi, everyone. You have a lot of people in here.
Yeah. We got some barbecue, too. If you're hungry, man, grab a bite to eat.
You're awfully fancy.
We try to be.
Hey, how do you like doing the convention? I know you've done your share of conventions, and you have a couple of things that really put you in that realm between Scream and the Scooby-Doo stuff and 13 Ghosts and all that stuff.
I'm in a lot of bad movies that people like. That's what you're saying.
I wouldn't say that.
No, I'm in a lot of bad movies. There's no doubt about that. I'm in more bad movies than your average actor.
See, I don't think you can call them bad. You don't
know the name of any of them. You make eye contact with me and you name off 10 without looking at that computer screen.
No,
don't do that.
I can't do
everyone
10.
on the air just turned off.
Tell us about your involvement with Anonymous and what that was all about.
How crazy is that?
Yes.
It's the most famous I've ever been. It's like this week.
So Anonymous, this hacker group.
I'm so excited. Yeah.
What happened?
Hacktivists. These Anonymous are world famous hackers, and they hacked in last week to Donald Trump's outgoing message, and they changed the outgoing message to saying something like in a Shaggy voice. I'm actor Matthew Lillard, who plays Shaggy on television. Go check me out at, and gave these 2 web pages that
That's really
but I was
funny.
like, somebody, I was directing something, and somebody came up and was like, you just hacked Donald Trump. I was like, amazing.
These are the
I gotta tell you, I am so happy to be that guy. I'm so happy. I was like, anytime, bro, you want to roll and bring down the Trumpster, I'm in.
These guys are taking on ISIS, too.
I think they're the new era superhero. I mean, look, they do some messed up stuff. I'm sure that people don't agree with everything they do, but.
Can I ask you, though, a connection? You were in a movie years ago, Hackers.
Sure, yeah. Hack the planet, baby.
Do you think
Hack the planet.
Do you think that's what the connection
I don't know,
is?
but I wish they would have said, hey, this is Matthew Lillard, serial killer from Hackers. That would have been like, made sense. I think it was just like, hey, dude, what impression do you do? I don't know, I do Shaggy. And then some dude's like, all right, bro.
You mean there
Let's
wasn't?
do it. I mean, it was so, like, there was no, I don't
There was
think
no committee meeting or anything
like that? No, I don't think Anonymous got together and said, well, who should we represent? What about the great actor? I mean, I think that They were just a bunch of loaded up kids going, let's get it.
A couple of quick questions, because you worked with some of my favorite directors, Wes Craven and John Waters. Yeah, who just passed away recently. But you worked on Serial Mom with John Waters.
Sure. He was my first. The first day of work I ever had by myself, the first note he gave me said, do it again, but don't do it so effeminate. But he didn't use that word.
Oh, John Waters.
Really? Yeah.
Who's John Waters?
From John Waters. Like, do it again, but don't do it so effy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wasn't doing effy. Bro, I was not doing it. That was the first, to come from acting school to in John Waters' set and not so effy. I was like, it was the most humiliating kind of moment of my life.
Well, it's a great movie. It ended up being just
It is. My mom at the premiere, I was like, my first film, and we're in the black tie because it was this thing for a fundraiser for kids.
Yeah.
We're in black tie. My mom's in the back of the limo. My dad's in the back. And I get in the car, and I said to my mom, I was like, so, what'd you think? And my dad's like, I loved it. My sister's like, I loved it. And my mom's like, nah. So to this day, the only thing I ever remember is my mom going, it was okay.
Great to see you,
You
Matthew.
guys, thanks. I thought I was going to be here for like 2 minutes. So thank you so much for revealing my life to the entire people
Actually,
of
wait,
Philly.
real quick, we have your first grade teacher right out here in the green room. Bring him in.
No.
Thank you, Matthew. Great to see you. Matthew Lillard, everybody. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner seem friendlier than ever on their family ski vacation with Tom Brady and Giselle Bundchen.
Okay, again, I think they're going to get back together.
Is that your Tom Brady laugh or your Ben Affleck laugh? What is that?
No. This is his new laugh that he wants to do on the show when he thinks something is funny, and I'm not kidding you. He told me this yesterday, and he displayed it for me, or he gave me a little treat, a little taste of it.
I can verify Kathy's story because I was standing alongside of them both when this was presented.
And I'm pretty sure I just walked away. I'm not sure how I responded.
No, you kissed me.
First there was
kissed me on the mouth.
A painful grunt from Kathy, and then she walked away.
This is material you've been working on?
He's jealous because he thinks Marissa came up with a new laugh, so now he wants one.
Really?
That's what I think.
I'm not jealous.
Is that why you're doing it?
Is that Marissa's new laugh?
Marissa. Well, actually, it's gone away for a little while. I think maybe Marissa was hanging out with some people who laugh like, and she developed that.
Marissa has a supersonic.
Oh my God. When you crack up, it is so loud it hurts.
And that's all it is.
Yeah.
That's her genuine laugh. It's like just a squeal and then it's
loud
over.
and convulsive and
But it's segued to
why don't you laugh like Burgess Meredith is the penguin?
So now we have Casey's new laugh.
No, but
go ahead, let's hear it.
No, so the genesis of it was I was watching the red carpet for the Grammys on Monday night.
Yeah.
And you had these two talking heads on the TV.
Who were horrible.
They were terrible. And somebody said something that wasn't funny, and then they both laughed. And then so I was like...
So that was your mocking laugh.
That was my mocking laugh. I was there with my kids.
Well, I tell you what, laugh authentically if you think something's funny in your regular, normal laugh, and then you can float that in occasionally in a mocking fashion.
All right.
The other option would be too dumb to go with.
I'm a wheeze laugher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's, you got me when you hear.
Yeah.
I saw this story, Steve. You'd offhandedly mentioned Dachau.
Yes.
I did. I picked up on that, but I wanted to flesh that story out before I moved on to the Hitler stuff. But two historians have claimed that they have proof that Adolf Hitler suffered from an embarrassing secret medical condition. In their new book, which is called Hitler's Last Day, Minute by Minute, historians Jonathan Mayo and Emma Craigie claim that they have discovered medical records proving that the fascist dictator had a condition known as hypospadias, which results in abnormally small and deformed genitalia, sometimes referred to as micropenis.
Micropenis. Hitler had micropenis. So this on top of what you reported, I think, about a year and a half ago, that he had incredibly horrific gas problems.
He had real intestinal issues. He was a vegetarian. Which
Tiny
actually,
penis and gas.
They didn't know at the time actually exacerbated his problem.
Sure, yeah. He was
tiny penis. He had one testicle This dude, no wonder.
This was a despot in the it's a perfect mix of what goes into making a completely deranged lunatic.
I honestly wonder how much of his demented view on the world had to do with the medical problems he had. You know, I mean, he obviously had mental problems as well. But
he was just, but it was all listen, if this is all as true as they're saying it is, that's certainly a stew that creates a this kind of lunatic.
Hitler himself is believed to have had two forms of genital abnormality, an undescended testicle and a rare condition called penile hypospadias, in which the urethra opens on the underside of the unit.
What?
Yeah. Recently, a German...
I pee out of a small hole near my taint. Time to invade Poland.
Wow,
I'll show you what it's like.
He declared it. Recently, a German historian also claimed they had evidence that Hitler only had one testicle. By the way, there was a song in 1939 called "Hitler Has Only Got One Ball."
What?
Wow. Who sung that?
Want me to read you the lyrics?
Yeah.
Right. Hitler has only got one ball. The other is in the Albert Hall. His mother, the dirty bitch, cut it off when he was small. Hitler has only got one ball. Goering has two, but very small. Himmler has something similar, but poor old Goebbels has no balls at all.
Wow.
That was a song in 1939.
Who sang that? Bing Crosby?
No, it was Weird Al Yankovic.
Really? Yankovic.
Yeah.
The earlier. God almighty. That's heavy duty for that time.
Yeah, big time.
The dirty bitch?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think it was recorded. I think it was one of those sing-along in a pub type of songs.
Not like an MGM musical?
No, nothing like that.
Ta-ta-da-da, that filthy bitch. Honestly, though, you couldn't exact the kind of revenge you wanted to get on a Hitler. I mean, what could you do that would equal the horror that he exacted upon the earth? But it's also a little comforting to know he had microphallus.
Yeah, it is kind of comforting to know. My son the other day, who I guess is learning about some of this stuff in social studies, had came to me and said, you know what, there was a guy that apparently saved Hitler when he was a child from drowning, and he lived with the guilt later on with the fact that he saved a mass murderer. But how would you ever know?
And
how would you ever know? And you would be living with the guilt that you let a child die.
And you saved at that point, which is probably, we don't know if all the things that were in place to make him what he would be were there at that point. You could have saved a completely innocent, which is probably the case, child at that point.
Yeah.
And then the influences of life, realizing he has a super tiny dong and farts a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got issues.
Yeah, apparently. Well,
I wonder if he had put a cork in his butt, if it would have finally popped out.
It would have made his genitals larger.
In fact, I'm putting my division on this. I want a longer unit.
Charlie Sheen claims that a testosterone cream was the reason for his bizarre behavior back in 2011.
That's what it was.
That's what did it.
Yeah, right?
That was it. It turned me into a warlock. A freaking warlock. That's the thing I hate most in his vocal part. I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
He explains in a new interview with Dr. Oz that was a very specific period
Where's the Tin Man?
Period of time that did feel very out of body and just very detached from all things real.
Almost as if he was completely deranged.
He said, I felt superhuman during some of that. He said it was
a freaking rock star.
A lot of highs and lows. Well, he did ride on a Mercury surfboard.
Mercury surfboard.
Yeah.
I've been riding it on a Mercury surfboard.
Like the Silver Surfer.
Yeah. He said I was taking
Fantastic Four.
I was taking a lot of testosterone cream, and I think I went too far with it. It was kind of like a borderline, not roid rage, but roid disengage. The former 2.5 Men star also addressed his violent torpedo of truth, defeat is not an option tour, saying that's the stuff that I do look at and cringe a little.
Our next guest is going to be at Punchline tonight. Tomorrow's Saturday, and you can get your tickets at punchlinephilly.com. He's a very good friend of ours, Mr. Mitch Fatel.
Hey! Thank you, guys.
Hey, you want to hear something sad about me?
Oh, something sad?
I've been on the show maybe 50 times.
Yeah.
You know that? Maybe 50 times.
Sure.
And whenever I'm coming in, the one thing I go, when I'm coming in, I go, ooh, that's where I met Alexis, Texas. That's the most pathetic thing.
Oh, my God.
There's a blast in the
And
past.
there's been other celebrities that have
Yep.
been here.
Sure.
But I remember, like, ooh, Alexis, Texas.
She came to we did an event at a strip club one night, and she appeared there with us, and she helped judge our amateur strip off contest.
Yes.
If you remember that,
she was a lot of fun,
and she was teaching the girls how to twerk.
Yeah. To varying levels of success.
Yes.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, how you doing, Mitch?
I'm happy.
You're happy?
I'm a happy daddy.
You look happy. Yeah.
I am happy. I went to, I brought I thought my son is 4, I guess.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and Casey just was like, oh, my God, what's it like having a 4-year-old? Because I don't think of him as a baby anymore because he does adult stuff, but that stuff that's really annoying stuff. So I brought him to a play recently. We went to his first play. Went to see Noah because we have land in Arkansas now and everybody's religious, so there's no shows. I'm a Jew, so I guess not that Noah.
Sure.
Well, I guess Noah didn't like the Jews, but so we went to this and it was a really good production, and there was an intermission, and I brought my boy to the toilet because that's what dads do.
Yeah.
We went to the bathroom and there's this big line, and it's filled, intermission, and we go in the toilet and we both start peeing, and I guess a little bit of my pee kind of splashed up a little, and my son really loudly goes, Dad, we don't pee on people.
Oh, my God.
We pee in the toilet. We don't pee on people. And the whole place was quiet. And I legit waited till the bathroom emptied out before we came out of the stall.
There's no way you could show your face.
I don't want to show my face.
You know, they do there's some place around here that has a full arc, like a full built.
Lancaster, I
think? I think it is. Like it's a full arc with it's like a zoo inside.
I can go and pee on stuff
You can go
there.
pee on people there. Yeah.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah, you can find them both.
Wow, how did you end up in Arkansas, man?
Well, so I have land in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Because my wife's family is there, and over COVID we went and stayed with them, and then I was like, let's just buy a house and then flip it.
Wow.
Okay.
But my wife loves it there, so now we have 2 places.
I kid you not. There was an ad, an infomercial campaign that used to run about tourism in Arkansas and buying property, and the spokesperson was Eric Estrada.
Eric Estrada?
I kid you not.
I live with him. Yeah, we moved in with him. Yeah, Ponch. Yeah.
But it was Eric Estrada. They paid him to be the pitch guy.
For Arkansas.
Well, this gentleman is clearly from Arkansas.
I'm the pitch guy now. I got there. They're like, you have all your teeth. You're the mayor. So I was like,
They make you the mayor.
I'm the mayor.
You got a full set of teeth.
Yeah.
So how much land do you have?
I have 3 acres.
Okay.
That's nice.
Which is, I mean, I didn't mean like I got 70 acres, but I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah.
I have in Hoboken, my place is like the size of, this is huge compared to what I have in Hoboken.
Right,
So,
yeah.
So just to have land.
And are you now? You said you had a tractor before we.
I have we bought a tractor because I have 3 acres of land. And we have chickens.
Really?
And little baby goats.
That's pretty okay. Picture you.
What's that?
I can't picture you like.
Oh, I don't do it. No, it's my wife. It's
Which part of Arkansas is it?
Northwest Arkansas, Fayetteville.
Okay, yeah. I drove across the country one time, and I drove from Memphis through Arkansas and continued west. And the first half of Arkansas was largely forgettable, and then the second half of Arkansas was unbelievably gorgeous. I was so surprised at how nice it was.
We live in the gorgeous place. I know the unforgettable place. That's where my son's going to live when he gets older. So that's where we're going to put him.
I got a great place here, kid.
All right, so the goats, what are
they're just those baby. My wife always wanted those little baby goat things, and
they sort of stay perennially small.
Well,
right?
yeah, kind of like her husband. Yeah, my wife likes small things.
So they're just as pets, or are you using for milk?
No, they're not, just like little pets. For
you slaughter them on.
We're waiting for them to get big enough to
the
eat.
Jews used to do that. Used to, biblically, they would slaughter goats and things.
And now that you've gotten all biblical,
my wife is from Oklahoma.
Okay.
This is what comedy's brought me. It's brought me like a whole new life.
Yeah.
That I never would, because my wife is from Oklahoma. So her family's out there and stuff. So I would have never ever been in that area. I mean, I'm a New Yorker my whole entire life, so I didn't know that these places even existed. Really.
And here you are with the freaking tractor and goats.
Yeah, the tractor and the goats and peeing on people and stuff.
Which, from coast to coast, is all the rage.
Yeah, it's all.
So, and you completed a special that you are apprising people of, and it debuts in June?
June 7th, it's going to be out for purchase. It's called Bad Girls. It's all about my wife because, as you know, my wife's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I wrote a special in dedication to her. I think it's the best material I've ever done. First special I've done in 8 years. Because my last special sucked. Oh,
really?
So bad. So, yeah, I think every comic has that sucky special somewhere in there. What had happened is I did my first special on Comedy Central, and it was great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And then my second special, they wanted me to do it a year after my first special. And that's what comics do. You go like, oh, okay, I can kind of dial this in. And so you just cobble it. Because you can't write material in a year. It's impossible. And I did it, and it sucked.
Well, to do it now, some people are very prolific, but to do it, work it through, and get it on stage and run it to the point that you want it ready for prime time, so to speak, that's almost impossible.
Well, the style that I have, which I like to call brilliant, is I love words.
Yeah.
So I work very hard on my words, and it takes years to do. So what my second special on Comedy Central was a lot of bits that hadn't been worked out yet, because I was like, oh, I guess this is kind of funny if I say it with a really funny voice. And then and it just, I watched it and I was ashamed of it.
You know, what you're saying, though, it exactly rings true from the, to so many comedians. They're comedians who you could take their routine and hand it to another brilliant comedian, and they would die with it. Because it does. To me, one of the greatest examples of that art form, Norm Macdonald.
Yes.
Who just by nuance can kill you with it, the comedy. Yeah. But it won't port. If you have somebody like a Stephen Wright or a Mitch Hedberg or where it's a one line, or a Henny Youngman, to go back old school. You could read that and laugh at that joke, or
or Rodney Dangerfield.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that for you, that's you have a precise thing that has to happen, or it's not happening.
And it's so personal to me, and it's the way I say it. And I don't curse in my act. I use all these very distinct words. So I felt like I said, I'm not going to fall into that again. I'm not going to do it until I feel that the material is really what I love, because I hate looking back and seeing stuff that I'm like, oh, I would have done so good on that bit if I had just put the proper time.
Are you haunted by stuff like that?
I'm haunted by my entire life. Like my life haunted. I am haunted. You want to know what sucks is when you put out something bad, and then it's on YouTube, and then people look you up, and they go, oh, I looked you up on YouTube, and then they don't say anything else after that.
Right.
Like that's when I know. Like I'll meet some of my wife's friends. Oh, I looked you up on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right. They don't say anything after that. Like, you were great.
I heard your show.
Yeah. Do you know what my mom said? My mom, God bless her, this is why I'm a comedian, because she was so mean to me. And you have to have a mean mom to be a good comedian. My first show ever, I was 15 years old, and I brought my mom. And after the show, I thought I did great. And I kept waiting for my mom to be like, wow, look at that. You're a stand-up comedian. And I said, finally, what did you think, Mom? And my mom goes, the audience seemed to like you.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That little delineation.
Yeah. And then she wonders why I didn't take care of her when she was in assisted living.
Well, that's cool. So putting the material together, and you're releasing it, right?
I'm self-releasing it on MitchFatel.com. You can get it for... It's $10.99, but you can get it for $7.99 if you go there now and you put in promo code Muffins.
Muffins. I remember when this would seem like a precarious thing to do. Oh, they're going to release it themselves. Now everyone's doing it.
It's so much better. Louis started us on this.
He was the first, right?
Louis C.K. was the first, and he told us, he's like, just do it yourself, because you keep control over it. And the people come right to you, so it's a great time, and it's a weird time with technology.
I'm sorry, the code word muffins. Was that from a former album?
My first CD was Miniskirts and Muffins.
Miniskirts and Muffins.
Yeah.
I knew there was something.
Thank you, Preston, for acting like you really remember me.
I do remember. Wow. I just think of boobies when I think of you. That's all.
No, I like that. I like to be associated with boobies.
You know, it's funny.
Alexis, Texas.
We were talking about that you'll be getting creative with your, not cursing, and getting creative with your phrasing. And apparently both Casey and Nick had encounters with our PD, Bill Weston.
Oh, he's so nervous about having you in here this morning.
I've never cursed.
I know.
That's the funny thing. But I said, you're naughty.
Right.
But you're not dirty. You know, like you're not vulgar, right? But I don't know.
Yeah. No, every time I've come here, he's told me how much he likes me.
He does.
Some guy comes back here and always goes, "You did a good job," and he always looks surprised. So he's like, "We're gonna have you back again." And he kind of shocked himself that he said that.
Bill's great, but sometimes his perceptions are weird. But you know that
I'm a sweetheart.
You're a sweetheart.
You are.
So around the farm and with all that stuff, you know, how much time do you spend there on your 3 acres?
Okay, so
and if so, have you become fast friends with neighbors, or are there neighbors to become fast friends with?
I just realized as you say 3 acres, it does not sound like a lot. But
It is
I
a
guess
lot.
to me as a New Yorker, it's a lot.
Yeah, it sounds like not enough for a tractor.
Yeah, it's not going like, I have 60 acres and we go riding on our goats. And,
Well, it's more than Yonkers, right?
Yeah, it's a lot more than Yonkers. Yeah. I spend about half and half now. So
Okay.
I come here and I try out all my new material, then I go back and I spend time with the kid and stuff like that, and it's fun. So.
How about like Steve said, the neighbors and
School board?
And do you because in Arkansas, you get down to Arkansas, you start talking like this and get a little bit of that accent.
That ain't gonna happen.
That ain't gonna.
You're
happen
never
to
going to be
no?
Mitch the cable
I
guy?
did say y'all a while ago, and I kicked myself in the testicles on purpose just so I would never do that again. So the consequence in my head would be made. Yeah, it's like it's you guys. That's in New York. That's what we say on the East Coast, right? You guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife goes, you're gonna come over and see our 3 acres and our goats?
But are you making friends with people in the area?
Not really.
Okay.
No, not really. Don't get along with a lot of the people. No, don't not get along. Just that they see me, and this is with my career, everybody can look me up on YouTube immediately, and so all the neighbors are like, "Oh, you're a comedian," and then they look you up, and then we're never invited over to their house again. My son's got no friends. No
He's
friends.
got goats.
He's got the goats, and even I don't like him that much because he tells me I pee on him all the time. So, yeah.
Stop telling them you're a comedian so they don't look you up.
Yeah.
Say you work in an office somewhere.
But you know what? Let me ask you, like to that point, Kathy, like if you meet somebody and just you're kind of curious about them, I know a lot of people who are just like run right to the computer and will do like a social media search. Like it's kind of, for a lot of people, it's kind of the default. Oh, I just met someone. Let me see what they're about. You know, like I find that kind of creepy.
I forget that people do that. I personally don't do that.
I don't.
I've
don't
had some
either.
friends that I've been that have recently, been friends with for the past 3-4 years or what, and I haven't. I forgot. Oh yeah, I can go look them up if I want to, but I just never do.
Oh, no, I do.
Do you?
Oh, God, yeah.
Do you usually find stuff? Because what you find is you're like, oh, I can't believe the person in my house. That's usually what you find when you look stuff up.
No, like you sort of just see. I think, and it also depends. Like, I'm part detective for my friends who are dating, so like you look up guys that they're dating or women that they're dating, and just sort of try to find out what you can on social media.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he likes to travel. You like to travel. This is gonna work.
And it never works.
No, it didn't even work.
He likes
past
to
the second
urinate
date.
on children.
Yeah. That's my girl.
You're gonna love him.
Mitch, speaking of your son and that whole thing, as a 4-year-old in the house, do you end up watching some of the same shows he does or anything like that?
Well, the thing is like, first of all, the weird thing about it is did you know I wanted a girl? Yeah, I wanted a girl because when my wife and I made the choice to have a baby, I told her it had to be a girl. And she's like, what if it's a boy? And I was like, I'm not going to love it. So make sure it's a girl. I don't understand what part of this conversation you're having such a hard time understanding. And my wife actually said to me, but that's your job. That's up to you. And I was like, honey, enough with your feminist crap. Just save that for your marches. Because I always felt like I wouldn't know how to be a good boy dad. Because I wanted to play Tea Party. I'm like more into like.
You like girl stuff.
I like girl stuff. Yeah.
I have the same concerns. Like, I'm not a big sports buff or anything like that.
that's-
The stereotypes that men fall into and will like guide my sons to live in a masculine-dominated world, blah, 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 stuff like that. I know what you're talking about.
I had more girlfriends as a kid because I was more verbal. I never played sports like that. I liked theater and stuff like that.
Were a lot of your
acting.
friends girls? Because I had a lot of
I
female
had a lot
friends.
of girlfriends. Yeah, I always did. Yeah.
And that shapes sort of your perception. I'm glad I did a lot. I didn't have a lot of I had guy friends, certainly.
Yeah.
I had more female friends.
I always liked girls. I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
went through that phase where, and I remember this is a true story. when I was a little boy, I used to play house with all the girls. When all the boys would be playing like dodgeball and stuff. And I swear to God, I remember once a boy came to me and he said, "You play with the girls all the time. You're gay." And I remember saying to him, "I have 8 wives. You guys are throwing big red balls at each other's faces. And I have 8 wives."
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you just hope they have 8 to 10 toes and 8 to 10 fingers, right?
Yeah, as soon as he was born, the first thought I had is like, I realized for the first time my parents always say when you have a baby, really all you care is you feel blessed that it's not ugly. Because nobody wants to be the ugly baby parents. And I didn't want to be the ugly baby parents. So our kid was cute immediately.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, I love him so much. So the other reason I wanted a girl, this is a true story, and Kathy, I'd be very interested in what you did, is I didn't want to have the big sex talk with if it was a girl, my wife, that would fall to her. Right. She'd have to have the big sex talk. But now that I have a boy, I'm going to have the big talk with him. And I don't dial stuff in. So I know that when he comes to me, I'm going to be honest and say, Daddy, why am I here? I'm going to say, when Mommy and Daddy love each other, they do Molly together. And Mommy puts on slutty lingerie and Daddy hits it raw. I'm going to be
beautiful.
honest.
That's beautiful.
Bill's going to come in and pull me out with a rope right now. No cursing, Bill. No cursing.
Wait. Oh, why did it not work?
Hang on a second. Here we go. I need you to stop talking and listen to me.
That's it.
Daddy's going to hit it raw. Oh, my God.
Did you as a kid, did you have the talk from your I did not have the talk
I did
from
not.
my dad.
I know.
I didn't either.
I acquired in a piecemeal fashion. But even my older brother was out of the house by the time I was starting to dial into that.
Yeah.
So I picked it up from the guy with the Super 8 projector next to me. No,
why I never had the talk is because there was never any threat of me actually ever having any sex.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. You're good.
Don't worry. You're fine.
Yeah,
this is nothing you're going to have to worry
My
about.
son's an incel.
Kathy, did you have to have the talk with your daughter?
No, so I have a son. He's only 10, so no.
Has he asked questions yet?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, we're not there yet.
Kathy comes from a family where her mother shielded her from any sex talk whatsoever.
Everything.
And she would be like, the moment Kathy asked a question, be like, let's go get ice cream.
Do you want to go get ice cream instead? And I'd be like, oh, okay, sure, that sounds
I think I'm going to actually do that.
Wait, my mom. So the only sex talk I ever remember was we were at the zoo. And I think it was like the cheetahs or something were going at it. And she was like, well, here's what they're doing. And I was like, so I basically learned at the zoo.
When two cheetahs love each other, you take Molly.
So when you have sex now, do you roar while you're doing it?
No, she thinks of ice cream. She puts on a Baskin-Robbins vest.
No, the closest I ever got when I was in college and I finally did have a girlfriend, my dad said, I'm not ready to be a grandpa yet. And that was it. That was it. I don't even.
Well, get ready.
I'm just going to tell my kid when he's like, Dad, where'd I come from? I'm going to be like, Uber Eats dropped you off. You came with a $30 order from Ming's Dynasty.
It's funny, though, Mitch, because it used to be, it's like the classic sitcom trope that, the parents going to come in. And I don't think I know anybody who really had the official, are you doing anything tonight? I think I'd like to come in and son, with the, let's talk about this.
I think I will have the talk.
Okay.
Because I think I think the reason why I'm so perverted and nuts is nobody had the talk with me.
No one told you.
That's a point. Yeah,
and I just had to figure it out for my own, and I just was like, porno, that's how you do it. And that's how I became, Alexis, Texas. By the time, it all comes back around.
Yeah, it's true.
By the time my dad sat me down and talked to me about it, I already knew how it works.
Yeah.
At that point, and I just got to sit there and watch my dad just awkwardly suffer through.
Oh,
this
your
whole
dad
thing.
is such like a southern gentleman type.
Can your dad have the talk with me?
I'll call him.
Yeah.
And maybe he can work
Him
something
and
out.
Bill should sit me down.
Oh, my dad, the first movies that we rented, this is before video stores, when there was just a kiosk in a department store, like a one-off department store, and we were one of maybe 2 houses in the neighborhood that had a VCR, Jaws, and Deep Throat. So kind of a theme there. And
You watched Deep Throat with your dad?
Me and my younger brother, much to my mother's abject horror.
Wait, your dad was watching it with you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Were you guys taking notes?
No, but he was howling, laughing, and so we thought, oh, I mean, we were teenagers. We were in the pocket, so it wasn't like he said, "Let's prop the monitor in the bassinet."
Right.
Yeah, it was I got it, but it was like just the notion that you could have that at home. Like you said, like he was approaching it like, look at the microwave. I just prepared. Look at this pornography in our homes.
Steve, what are you doing after the show? Because I would love to watch Deep Throat with you.
It's funny when you look at those movies though, and like David Tell had that show.
Dave's Old Porn. I did it. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Yes.
I did Dave's Old Porn.
And so those things, they're almost charming in that they had full plots and scripted things and character arcs.
And they were filmed, you know. It wasn't a VCR. It was all like they'd be screened in almost art houses, you know.
Yeah,
yeah. True. I think in a way there's a lost art to that.
Yeah,
there really is.
The porno today, I found like an old guy. The porno, it's just right boom to the thing, and there's no build. But isn't that kind of our society? I really said no, but all the TikToks, like it just gets right to the stuff. There's no build up or anything.
I think there's a lot to be said for that. In fact, that's what killed, as Alexis Texas might echo, the porn hubs and they right to the clips.
Yeah.
That's what has killed a lot of the industry. So yeah. It's interesting.
We found a picture of you in Alexis, Texas here in our studio just a moment ago.
So I don't want to frame it. My girl. That's my girl. That's who I should have had a baby with.
I remember, okay, so she was in the studio. You guys were both blindfolded, and we were doing sex toy.
Yeah, we got to feel stuff. And if it was
sex toy or dog toy or something like that. Along those lines.
Bill probably love that show.
Man.
What's Alexis doing these days? Maybe she should come to my show.
It's a good question.
They used to tour. Well, obviously prior to COVID, all those stars were learning the value of touring at the various strip clubs. But I'm thinking a lot of them probably ported into OnlyFans.
And she's got 5.8 million followers on Instagram.
Wow.
And her Instagram tag is white girl politicking. But she's still posting. She's got bikini shots and
she works for C-SPAN.
She does.
I had a question. You had mentioned if she was in town coming to your show, and obviously we've talked to Mitch several times about the open relationship that you and your wife have. Are there any people in this area that you have had, liaisons?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
There was a while ago.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you stayed in touch with anybody.
I don't think they want to stay in touch with me.
Okay.
I think I'm more fun before you get into the sack with me. I think I'm adorable and funny, and then you go, oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll go into sports guys. Comedians have groupies, but our groupies are they're like kind of the cast-offs from the sports and they're the ones with skin conditions and stuff like that, and just that's comedian groupies.
Let me ask you though.
So the ones with fungus growing out of areas.
Do you think in Arkansas, do you think there's actually a coiled spring of?
Yes, there's a very big lifestyle.
Is there?
Yes, because people are. I'm learning this now, but apparently, if you're raised, and God bless, everybody each their own.
Yes,
but I was not raised religiously.
Right.
I'm just nuts. But apparently, if you're raised really religiously, a lot of these porn stars and a lot of these swingers and stuff, they were raised very religiously, and then they kind of explode out of this rebellion. And then they get nuts. I think, so my wife's a little like that. My wife was raised Jehovah's Witness, and I think she just came to the point where she's like, I'm just going to have sex with everybody.
I'm going the other way.
Yeah.
Wow. It definitely happens. No.
I think so, yeah.
That's pretty wild.
While you're in town, you got these shows at Punchline. In fact, we've got some tickets that we can give away for the Saturday night show at 9:45. If you're interested, I can take callers 10, 11, 12, and 13. And we will give you tickets to go see Mitch Fatel.
Is this kind of a sneak preview of what we would see in the special?
No, this is all new material. That's going to be on my next special, so you get to see it. And it's really funny stuff. I think Mitch Fatel fans and other fans alike will be a very big fan of this new act that I'm doing.
Your stuff is great. I mean, and as you said, you do take time with it, and that's
I work so hard on it. It's the only thing that I enjoy. May I make a terrible plug for something? Nick just brought up her Instagram site. So I didn't know this, and I'm really behind in Instagram stuff. So I just got started, and apparently some guy stole in my name. So I have to be the real Fatel. And Instagram said that the only way I'll start coming up in more people's feeds is if more people join the real Fatel.
Okay.
So the other one, because they won't take them away. I've sent him 500 pictures of my license.
Preston's had his identity stolen a few times.
I've got imposters on there.
I'm the one who has your identity.
He's the real Preston.
Yeah.
Well, you recently had a challenge on Twitter trying to get a million followers.
Yeah,
so.
what was your challenge? Or it was the oral sex challenge?
Yeah, the oral sex challenge, which is still valid.
Yeah?
Yeah. I will give anyone oral sex who can get me to 1 million viewers.
Wow.
I am the Alexis Texas of comedy. I will take anything I need to do.
Meaning the 1 millionth follower or all 1 million people?
That would keep me kind of busy. I do have 3 acres, though. I could house them all outside while I tend to the sheep.
100 to 150.
Oh my God.
The rest of you play with the goats.
All right, so it's the real Fatel.
Fatel, yeah. And if you guys can put the other guy out of business, and I've tried so hard, and he's only got 400 followers, and I'm finally over him. I'm at like 9 something now.
Yeah,
so I just got started.
It's really hard to straighten that stuff out.
Dude,
I tried, and I've kind of given up.
That makes me. I gave up too, and that's why I send in 500 pictures of me with my license, holding my license next to my face like an idiot, and then they were like,
there needs to be some sort of effective recourse for people who.
so annoying.
I mean, it's just
it's killing me.
Yeah.
And the other guy, and I keep writing him like, "Can I just have my name back?" And no one writes me back. And
Instagram's owned by Google, is it? No,
Facebook.
YouTube, Facebook,
Meta.
So you're right. So all of these things that are identify that where they do security and so on and so forth, they can't do this.
Yeah, and
all the money, and they can create virtual worlds with avatars and all that stuff. They can't do this.
Actually, I just found out now that Elon Musk is buying my name.
He is buying your name.
Yeah. I won't even own my own name now. So.
Mitcher.
All right, well, listen, go see Mitch at
you, guys.
Punchline. You will love his show. We put the Preston and Steve stamp guarantee on that. We love this guy.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't do that. Take that back, actually. I love you guys too much.
Right. Mitch Fatel, guys.
Thank you, guys.
PunchlinePhilly.com to get the tickets. We're going to take a break. When we get back, Sheryl Crow actually will be on the program, and Concert Cash and Bizarre File and more. Stay put. We'll be right back. But the rest of it was a lot of work. There were things about that person that were empowering, that were vibrant, but I didn't like the anger. I tend to be victimized by my anger at times. It was, I felt embarrassed watching that stuff, watching him implode like that. And then,
you were embarrassed for him.
Totally. That was it. I was embarrassed for
awful.
him. They did when his first night at the Tower Theater. One of the first shows was at the Tower.
Might have been local. Yeah.
And it was just like apparently, from what I heard, it fell apart. It didn't have any direction, and it was just embarrassing.
Jeff Ross told us he stepped in and did one.
Yeah,
he would have this touring sort of group of people, and then when he went to every market, he would bring in locals, and he would, for a large portion of the show, just sit in a chair on the stage
and talk
and ramble.
Yeah, and not really have an act per se. So,
and it's not comedy, and it's not drama. It's just rambling.
Yeah,
it's like Lake Wobegon days.
Yeah, exactly.
Frickin' Lake Wobegon.
We need to do a letter of the day. I understand, Casey, you are the keeper of said letter.
Yes.
Here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right, in the Preston and Steve.
Jesus God Almighty.
Holy
my God.
crap.
I thought he fell.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's hippie Terminator.
Faster than a speeding bullet.
Bust him through that door. Hair all slicked back, shades on, looking crazy cool in his black jacket. Oh my God, he's about to pass out. Quick, somebody.
Stand behind.
Hold that man up.
Help me, Jesus.
Help me. Dear God.
All right, well, the music's already playing. So
No, I know it.
Preston and Steve Show brought to you today by the letter
G is in great.
Hell yeah. All right, so tomorrow we give away a pair of tickets in the Comcast Sportsnet suite for Jimmy Watson Flyers Hall of Fame night on Monday, this coming Monday, including a parking pass, 2 CSN prize packs, and a visit to the broadcast booth during the game. Is he passing out or is he trying to read?
Did you run from the elevator?
Did I? What?
Did you run from the elevator?
What?
I ran the whole way.
Yeah.
You
ran from home.
From home?
You are dedicated.
Well, I had that new sweat removal procedure, so I don't sweat.
Yeah.
You're good.
So,
Got the mirror dry.
got it. I'm dry. Mouth is dry. You know, when your mouth is dry, you're pretty high.
That's right. Thank you, George. Holding puppies can be attractive to some people, but a new study reveals nearly half of women are attracted to men holding fish.
Okay.
Men holding fish?
I saw this yesterday.
What?
Like holding a bass or like a bag with a goldfish?
No, like a bass.
Like a trophy. Like you caught a really big bass and you're holding it out and you're displaying this thing proudly.
Yes.
So why are women attracted to fish holding men?
Well, this is from a fish app called Fish Brain.
Okay, well, they have something to. They have a vested interest in it.
But they analyzed Tinder photos, all right, used by 18 to 35-year-old men in Florida.
Oh, well, there you go. There's a lot of fishing in Florida.
Yep, exactly. And they found that 22% chose a photo of themselves posing with a recently caught fish.
I saw a hunk holding a fish. He was so sexy.
Researchers then polled more than 1,000 members of a college sorority to see how they felt about the photos.
Look at this dude holding the fish. He's like a Chippendales dancer.
And they
I don't think the fish has any friggin' thing to do with it.
Be holding a severed head.
I saw a picture of a guy with a 12-inch dong holding a flounder. Man, fish are sexy.
This guy is no shirt and he's completely sculpted. I mean, he's cut up as you could possibly imagine.
I normally wouldn't give this guy the time of day, but he's holding a flounder.
I didn't even know he was holding fish.
Yeah.
Here's a pile of dead kittens.
Yeah. Looks like he has an otter in his pants.
So they polled these college sorority sisters, and they found that 46% said they found the photos of men with the fish sexier compared to those who had photos without fish.
Get Henry Fonda. Put a picture of Henry Fonda from On Golden Pond up there.
Hold him, Walter.
Am I getting you turned on? You see my droopy man boobies? And my chicken gobbler neck? Am I getting you all hot and horny?
He'd be holding a trout, right?
Yeah.
Which is Walter, the one they caught in the movie.
Are your panties swimming yet? Leave me alone, you crazy old bitch. I'm going to go turn on some chicks. See him with his shirt off and the jeans.
The study was...
I pooped myself. I had a bran muffin and the motion of the power boat made me defecate. Loosen my bowels. And he always had that pain, that old guy pain look.
Yes, you're right.
There's about 7 different things that are incredibly painful going on in my body right now. They start just above my taint, and then it's ending right mid-chest where I'm currently experiencing a full-blown heart attack. Along the way, one of my nuts hurts. There's something in my stomach. I don't know what's going on. And I think I have a tapeworm.
Can I see that pain look again?
Let's go down and go after the big bass in the pond. You know how the old guys are like, I'm going to go look for the remote. Am I sexy? I look hot, don't I?
All right.
The great thing about my wife is that she shakes so much I get handies whether I want them or not.
Come on.
Oh, my
No, man.
God.
That was not intended to go to completion. And I just called. That's my morning win.
An unintended handy is this morning win.
I mean, we can wrap it up on that note.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Men holding fish are sexier than men who are not holding fish.
Who knew?
That's something I noticed, and I thought I'd share that with you. Japanese great tits, particularly vocal song. Japanese great tits.
Okay.
All of a sudden, Kathy heard that. Particularly vocal songbirds.
Oh, like
That's a bird. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bird.
Yeah, a titmouse.
A titmouse is a bird.
Yes.
Not a mouse. Yeah.
And
right.
a Japanese,
Come on, you filthy-minded
Now I'm
bastards.
bored again.
and Japanese great tits are birds.
That's cool.
Not on the sites I go to, but proceed.
They also use compositional syntax in their bird calls, according to a new study published Tuesday in the Journal of Nature Communications.
So the Japanese tits are smart.
Yeah, great tits are talking. I mean, they're actually speaking to each other.
Wow,
which is
I'm
pretty
amazed. They seem to be sort of roundish and fleshy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, the birds.
Yeah, look at them. We're looking at a
They are
picture.
kind of
roundish and fleshy.
Look at this picture of great tits of a great tit right here.
What is that part in the front of the great tit that sticks out a little bit from the rest of the great tit?
That's the beak. It's not a nipple.
No.
They're hairy too.
They're not hairy. They're
fuzzy.
feathery.
They're fuzzy.
You know nothing about
They're
Japan.
fuzzy tits.
So anyhow, this is the lead study author, Toshitaka in Suzuki.
Tits.
Said in an
favorite bird.
Said in an email, our study shows for the first time that birds, like humans, use the rules of syntax to chat with others. This finding reveals an unsuspected degree of semantic complexity in avian vocal communication.
To what level do they say? Do they liken it to like a porpoise, or I mean?
I can only speak about the tits.
Okay.
Birds twitter, chirp, peep, warble, and sing to communicate the location of food of a food source, to warn the danger is near, or to woo mates.
Oh my God.
That was. You two didn't even look at each other.
No.
You just both went for it.
Please welcome Patrick Warburton to our program.
Preston, Steve, gang, thanks for having me here.
Good to see you, sir. Thank you for being
Good to be here.
But I love. I'm a fan of your voiceover work. I mean, I have kids, and they're turning into teenagers now. But from time to time, the TV will be on, and I'll just hear your voice pop up. And I mean, in Mr. Peabody, you were hilarious in that as well. You get quite a bit of work in that field, don't you?
Yeah, I've been doing, since I started about 15, 16 years ago, I had two great opportunities. One was to do Buzz Lightyear in the TV series, because Tim Allen wasn't going to do it, and Kronk in The Emperor's New Groove.
Yes, yeah.
That was interesting, because I didn't do voiceover work, and I just got these 4 pages of a Kronk and an Yzma, and Disney's very secretive with their stuff, and I had to look at this, and you got to figure out what this character sounds like. But first, if it's animated, you got to figure out what the character is. Like, I don't know if he's an ogre or a robot or a giant or what. It's
once that's established, do they kind of leave you to your own devices to sort of hash it out, or does the director say, we want it tonally to sound like this, or
no? See, they don't know.
Okay,
they don't know what a character sounds like until they hear it. You know, they can see in the storyboards what it looks like, what he looks like, and this and that. But they want somebody to come in and show them what the character sounds like.
They rely on you as an actor to kind of
bring
give a
something to the
subtext
table.
to it. Wow,
Right.
okay, that's cool.
So I was looking at it, and all I knew is he's a big guy, and he was sort of a reticent henchman. And I thought, well, you know, he probably doesn't sound dark or this or that.
Yeah,
he seems kind of sweet. He likes to cook, so. You know, it all kind of came down here. And this became a little goofy. He likes to talk to squirrels. I got to be well versed in all the woodland creatures, not just the squirrels. Squeakity squeak.
It's great. I can actually now. There's like 40 characters going in my mind that pass through.
Can I ask you one question about Putty on Seinfeld? Whose direction was it, or was it your idea to just stare off into the distance? Because you got so many laughs without even saying a word some of the time, and it just was. You just sit there and be kind of a brain dead idiot.
I'm going to take credit for the just staring, and Putty was it was just a guest spot, you know, and really it was just a means to an end. It was just a guy who stole Jerry's move because Jerry told him about it. And I thought I had to bring something else in the room there, that maybe like a different direction with this character that they hadn't seen. Because if you look at it in the writing, you know, the guy doesn't seem like he's
particularly amusing, right? I mean,
yes, or perhaps even missing a few marbles, I guess, as they say. So I just kind of made him, you know, a little bit.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right, brought to you by Coors Light. The Preston and Steve Show headed to Keenan's in North Wildwood Friday, May 27th to officially open the Jersey Shore. Be there starting at 6 a.m. It's brought to you by Coors Light, made to chill. I had debated whether or not to include this into the Bizarre File or not. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do it, because if someone wants to help this kid out and this family, I want the word to get out there about it, okay? Heartbreaking photos show a 6-year-old boy from Connecticut covered in burns and bandages in the hospital after his family said he was set on fire by a bully in a horrific attack.
I saw the picture. This is horrifying.
Poor child. More of Dominic Krankel's body is now swollen and bandaged up after the boy suffered 2nd and 3rd degree burns to his face and legs on Sunday. His sister, Kayla Deegan, said her brother was playing in the backyard of their home in the afternoon with other children who lived below them. She said as soon as he walked down the stairs, the bully called his name and lured him over to the around the corner. And in a matter of seconds, he came back around the corner screaming, saying, "Mommy, they lit me on fire."
Oh, my God.
She said that an 8-year-old neighbor got into a shed on the property, and he somehow gained access to some gasoline and lighters, and that's when the boy called Deegan's little brother over. She said what he did was pour gasoline on a tennis ball, took a lighter, lit it up, and just chucked it right at my brother's face, and then ran away from him and watched him burn. Dominic was rushed to the burn unit at Bridgeport Hospital. Police said Tuesday they were investigating preliminary reports of 4 unattended children seen playing with gasoline and lighting objects on fire. Hospital officials said the boy is expected to recover. He's lucky to have survived the incident, but what happened to him left loved ones outraged, as you can imagine, because they said this isn't the first time the alleged bully has put him in the hospital.
Are you kidding me?
2 months ago, under the bully's mother's supervision, he was pushed into a wall and fell to the floor. And again, according to Deegan, the mother refuses to admit that her kid did it. Police,
Why
fire,
aren't the authorities stepping in?
and the state fire investigation teams are investigating the cause of the child's injuries as well as the incident. As of Tuesday evening, no charges have been filed, but Dominic's loved ones are calling for justice. So the reason I bring it up is the family is looking to raise money in order to help pay for the hospital expenses and also so they can move out. They want to be
Get away
somewhere else. So
it's a shame they have to, but they have to.
If you want to do a search, the boy's name is Dominic Crankall. If you want to help out, but that's why I included that story. All right, something a little bit lighter than that, but interesting. Vince Wilfork won 2 Super Bowl titles with the New England Patriots, but apparently lost possession of the hardware that he earned as a result. Wilfork's son, DeAndre Holmes Wilfork, pleaded guilty on April 20th to stealing his father's Super Bowl rings, along with other prized possessions of the former Patriots defensive tackle.
He traded them for magic beans, right?
No. According to documents, Holmes Wilfork stole about $400,000 worth of jewelry, including the 2 Super Bowl rings, several AFC championship rings, and his 2001 Miami Hurricanes national championship ring, and sold it without his father's permission.
Did his dad turn him in?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. So Wilfork, who recently was named a Patriots Hall of Fame finalist, was one of the most prolific, impactful defenders of the Bill Belichick era. The good news for Wilfork is that he's getting everything back. Court documents show the jewelry was ordered to be returned to Wilfork after his son pleaded guilty to felony theft of property on April 20th. So maybe he sold it to a pawn shop or something like that.
A dealer or something.
Yeah, so they were able to track it down. But could you imagine?
Yeah, sadly,
Well. All right, try imagining this. You're sitting on the couch watching the Dallas Mavericks play the Utah Jazz in the NBA playoffs, and you leave your spot for 10 minutes to eat some pizza. When you come back, there's a coiled up rattlesnake on the very couch you were just sitting on. And it's not just staring back at you, but
it's just missed a sack.
But it's rattling, too. So Jacob Gambler of Decatur, Texas, knows his experience firsthand, and he shared to social media the harrowing video that showed his encounter with a highly venomous snake, which
How you doing? I got money on this game.
claimed his family's couch during Game 3 of the Mavericks-Jazz series last Thursday night. And you can hear his daughter on the video saying, "Do not get close to that thing." Yes. "Oh, my God, Dad, stop," she says, as it was rattling his tail because he was getting closer to it. Gamble posted the video of the rattlesnake in a popular private North Texas Facebook group called What Kind of Snake Is This? And it quickly went viral from there.
How did it get into the house and up onto the sofa without being stopped along the way?
They were watching the game outside, sitting on the couch in his family's open back patio area when his daughter came home. And at that point, the Gamble family all went inside to eat. And when they finished, Gamble said they came back outside to the patio to find the rattlesnake sitting in their place.
Did he call fives when he got up?
Maybe he did. According to Gamble, he shot and killed the venomous rattlesnake before disposing it later that night. Nick, like you were saying your parents do in Colorado, you kill them. They're not endangered, and they could be dangerous. So, wow. An Illinois man found a 1950s McDonald's hamburger and half-eaten fries in his bathroom wall as he and his wife were working on renovations.
That's where my burger's on the wall.
Rob Jones said that he and his wife were removing a toilet roll holder, and they came across a cloth inside a wall. They pulled it out. They found McDonald's food from the 1950s wrapped inside of it.
This happens because a guy who does work at my house named Mark, he was talking about a construction thing that happened, and they opened up like a wall or something and found lunch remains of the crew that worked on it.
Yeah, they'll just throw stuff in there and seal it up. So Jones said despite the fries' age, they didn't smell at all.
Wow.
And he also posted photos of the meal on Reddit where some users jokingly asked how the meal tasted and another used the term forbidden fries. So there you go. That's what we have. We have a guest on the line.
Yeah, gotta go.
So we got to go to them right now because I'm excited to speak to her. She is an incredible talent. We have a little bit of the clip of the song, Casey.
Yes, sir.
Live With Me, a Rolling Stones cover, which is really cool. I'll bet you she played bass on this, by the way. I love that distorted, funky bass. But there is a documentary. Premieres on Showtime on May 6th. It is called Cheryl, and it is all about our guest. Please welcome Cheryl Crow to the show this morning. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm totally grossed out by the McDonald's story, but I'm good. Other than that,
Gnarly. Hey, so quick question. Is that you playing bass on that song?
that is not me playing bass. That's my buddy Jeff Trott.
No kidding.
I'm playing guitar, but I'm not playing bass.
Okay. I've seen you play bass before. You play a whole bunch of instruments, right?
Yeah, I do. But I do have to say, bass is my favorite.
The bass is your favorite.
I remember I remember seeing you at, it was an award ceremony or something like that, and the Stones were there via satellite, and Bill Wyman wasn't playing bass for him, and you said, I'll play bass for you.
I don't know why they didn't hire me.
All right.
I'll still do it.
Would have been a perfect fit. Wow. Cheryl, with this documentary, when you were approached that they were going to be doing, your story, were you all in immediately? Were you a little hesitant, or what was your mindset?
I was like, absolutely not. No way.
Yeah.
Documentaries are about people who died in fiery plane crashes. But no, after sitting down with my manager, who's been with me for years and years and years, and talking about, we have literally 30-something years of life experiences, not just everything about music business, but it's much more about the person. And I said, if you will promise me that this story will be about what happens in life for somebody who is on this trajectory, and not have it be about, oh, she's won this award and she's played with this person, then I would consider doing it. And we hired a great director, and it's pretty real. It's pretty raw, but I think she really did capture the full story.
Well, the director's Amy Scott, who directed a movie that I loved, a documentary about one of my favorite directors who passed away too early, Hal Ashby.
Me too. I love that documentary, and that's the reason I hired her, because I thought, gosh, she's got beautiful taste. Her artistic choices were fantastic, and she captured him.
Yeah, it wasn't a fawning. It avoided all the things you said you wanted to avoid with yours, and it just gives you. It's also a snapshot in time, which when a documentary's done right, there's nothing better. So, but I sense with you the thing we all sort of think like, oh, Jesus. How am I going to end up looking on this thing? It's a precarious thing when you're presented with that opportunity.
Yeah, there's a lot of letting go. When they completed it and they sent it to me, I watched it, and first and foremost, I was like, oh my God, I look so old. But so get over it. And then secondly, there's like, well, I wish this was in it, and I wish that was in it. And when you're dealing with 90 minutes, there's the opportunity to make 6 or 7 or 10 different documentaries just from the hours and hours of footage. So there's quite a lot of there's a ton of backstory that's not in it, but as a director, you have to trust that they've chosen what the most important aspects to the story are, and I do believe that Amy did that, and I think a lot of people will relate to my story and the fact that there's the story about being a woman rising up in a business, which it doesn't matter if it's the entertainment industry or whether it's a business. You're going to encounter some really uncomfortable challenges when you consider that most businesses are run by men, and particularly in the entertainment industry, and being diagnosed with breast cancer and getting older in the entertainment business, and just all the things that go along with being around as long as I have, not to mention mental illness. And I shudder when I say that, but a lot of people are like me who have to figure out how to navigate low lows. I'm a person that experiences emotion extremely acutely. I have high highs and low lows, and it's all in there. It's pretty raw. It's it's sort of like a let it all hang out documentary.
Do you know it's when I know what you're saying. When someone else can hear someone that they perhaps look up to or perhaps enjoyed your music, or anyone who can speak to something they're going through it's almost like, the air escaping from the pain and the discomfort of, holding that in. And so it's such a healing thing to do that. There was a documentary, about Helen Reddy.
Oh my gosh, amazing!
Yes, it was unbelievable, and so
amazing.
that sort of
stuff.
stuff.
We only know her from "I Am Woman." Hear Me Roar. There's a whole person in there that you don't know. And
Right.
That was such a good documentary.
I'm excited to see this because I want to see the steps in your career. I grew up in the St. Louis area, so I was familiar with your band Kashmir that had played in and around the area.
Oh my gosh,
yeah. And
shocking we didn't make it.
hey, I was in a local cover band there too, so I know what you went through. But taking those steps from that to singing with Michael Jackson to then boom, next thing you know, your career launches. It seemed like it went pretty quickly from just being in a local cover band to all of a sudden starring. Did it happen fairly quickly in your mind?
Oh, I don't think it ever happens fairly quickly in anyone's mind, unless you go on The Voice or American Idol or something like that, where you go from absolute no one knows you to having 30 million built-in fans. For me, when I first started, obviously there wasn't social media, there was nothing like that. I mean, I think there was Star Search or something like that, but
right.
So yeah, I mean, there were a ton of years where, I mean, obviously I was a school teacher in St. Louis, and then I went to waiting tables, and I went on the road with Michael Jackson, and then I went back to waiting tables, and there was a lifetime of work and experience before I ever became Sheryl Crow.
Right.
And while it looked like I shot to fame, I mean, even when the first album came out.
Yeah, when Tuesday Night Music Club hit, I mean, it was just like hit after hit after hit after hit. It was like that Alanis Morissette. She exploded that way, too. That had to have been kind of overwhelming.
But we had already been on the road for a year before anything ever really hit.
Okay.
So we felt like, okay, we're done. We're going to move on. And then suddenly the Grammys happened, and All I Want to Do won. And, that's the interesting thing about doing a documentary now and looking back, 30 years later, that overnight thing and the fact that most people will associate you with your biggest hits, like All I Want to Do, and If It Makes You Happy, and Winding Road, and they think you're just this happy, feel-good person. This song called All I Want to Do, right?
Right.
But there's a whole world that goes on when you are a really private person, and all of a sudden you're a celebrity, and there's not a handbook for how to live as a celebrity without getting your feelings hurt.
Yeah. I would absolutely agree. I mean, the process of getting slapped around a little bit makes you appreciate when it does hit, and I think that's I have moments in my life and building the radio career that we have here where at the time it's like, this is the absolute worst thing to ever happen to a human being, and now I celebrate those things and missteps because man, it puts everything that I have now in context.
Yeah. And I think that's basically the story of being alive. Everything in your life is sort of like a marker to help you remember who you are, like who you authentically are. And to be able to do a documentary, and especially to be able to put out a soundtrack that has all this music, from years and years, but also to be able to put new music on it, like the song Live With Me, and have Mick play on it. I mean, it's just incredible. And to put out, we've got a song called Forever. First time I've ever let my kids be in a video.
Nice.
So my kids are finally going to have faces. My kids, and I mean, it feels very, very sweet.
We're really looking forward to it.
And so the album and the doc are going to be on the same day, May 6th, I believe. Correct?
That's right.
Excellent. All right, Sheryl, huge fans. Congratulations, and can't wait to see the film. And thank you for joining us this morning.
You guys, thank you so much.
All right, take care. Sheryl Crow, guys. She's awesome, man. She's great. And we did know in the cover band circuit.
Yeah.
We heard rumblings about this singer and how she went on. Dude, she's freaking with Michael Jackson now. She was backup singer for Michael Jackson.
She has some wild stories about that Michael Jackson. For some reason, she was a target of his for playing practical jokes.
Oh,
so
really?
When they'd be singing, he'd be throwing grapes over a partition onto her and stuff. And she said she'd hear him.
I'm the grape.
Let me ask you, was she taught school in St. Louis? Did she teach at the elementary school? Not obviously you weren't going at that time, but
no, she was in a different area called Fenton, Missouri. I didn't grow up in there, but yeah, and she's only a few years older than me. I don't know, like 7 or 8 years older or something like that. But she went to University of Missouri and was in and around that area.
Right, right.
Oh my God!
What?
It's 10:03.
Now, here's your concert cash keyword.
All right, we got to do this. The keyword is super. S-U-P-E-R. And you have until 15 minutes after the hour to enter that. 3 ways for you to do it. You can text it to the special contest short code number, which is 45911. Or if you want to be entered for the $10,000 grand prize, enter it via the MMR app or at WMMR.com. And one random entry wins $500 in this company-wide contest. And all MMR winners receive 2 free tickets to the MMRBQ. Winners get a call from Beasley. Make sure you answer your phone. Contest rules at WMMR.com. And it is brought to you by AAA Distributor. The word again is super. S-U-P-E-R. I hope you win. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. More stuff to give away in just a little bit. Trash and music news, too. Stay right there.
For the just staring and Putty was it was just a guest spot, you know, and really he was just a means to an end. It was just a guy who stole Jerry's move because Jerry told him about it. And
Right.
I thought I had to bring something else in the room there that maybe like a different direction with this character that they hadn't seen. Because if you look at it in the writing, you know, the guy doesn't seem like he's
particularly amusing, right? I mean,
yes, or perhaps even you know, missing a few marbles, I guess, as they say. So I just kind of made him, you know, a little bit clueless.
You need to see his face right now.
Yeah.
He just went into putty mode.
Yeah. And
which you
I think a lot of guys went in there and like, yeah, you know, I don't even do that or whatever, you know, like Tony's and Vinny's.
Right.
I just made him just a big idiot.
You made him more superficial than was she, and that because the cast was, and that was her whole thing. They were very superficial people, and you exceeded her, and she didn't know how to deal with it. The
Steve,
character,
but Putty was spiritual, and don't forget
spiritual,
that.
yes, he was. Deep.
He wouldn't steal the paper because he wasn't going to hell.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Your association with Seth MacFarlane on Family Guy and the Ted movies and all that stuff. When did you first meet him? How did that start?
It was just, you know, a pilot or a first pickup for this show, you know, and I looked at it and I thought, can I do this? You know, this is terrible.
It's so passionately wrong that there's a certain charm to that it's so committed.
Yeah.
That makes it uniquely, I think, lovable. Yeah. Does that make sense?
I still have to keep explaining satire to my parents. My dad, because they're so religious. My dad was almost in tears one time. He left a message on my phone. He said, you know, in a future episode of Family Guy, God is sitting in a lazy boy chair next to a bottle of lotion, getting ready to masturbate. I wish you would get off that show. Click. And
my God. But I've seen you publicly sort of, you know, say there sometimes you have difficulty. I mean, they have to be happy that at least you voice some reservation periodically to keep harmony at home.
Sure, you know, at times. But I mean, the greatest irony is that I donate. I send money. I got to send money my parents' way, you know. You know, and so we helped them out a little bit here and there. But my mom can't stop donating to her charities. I'm like, Mom, if you're asking for money, you can't be donating.
Right.
One of her charities is Parents for Quality TV, and all they try to do, my mother's signed petitions, actual petitions, to get Family Guy off the air.
So you weren't joking earlier when you said
joking.
that.
No, I was not joking. No,
my God.
So I go, Mom, if you can't see the irony, I give you money, Family Guy money, and you take it to get Family Guy off the air. She goes, well, I have a responsibility to the Lord and I don't care.
Oh my gosh.
I waited until I was 50 years old before I decided that I wanted to sing and be in a band.
Wow.
Now we have a Pearl Jam cover band. We're the Bearded Pearl Clams.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, this station specifically was called out on stage locally by Eddie Vedder himself, and Nick was mentioned on stage by Eddie Vedder himself.
Right here.
Is he acutely aware of your overarching fandom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I probably met him, now somewhere around a dozen times, and he's been super, super cool. He let me write it. I met him backstage once in L.A. and I got word that this is in Los Angeles, so everybody was there. Sean Penn and John Krakauer, and there's 200 people backstage. But somebody grabbed me and said, "Eddie knows you're here. He wants to see you." So. I go back there and he goes, "Yeah, you got to write a set list." And he gave me his email. I wrote a set list. What? Yeah, and then I brought my son to his first concert, but his first Pearl Jam concert, and we were there. And
for the set list you wrote.
For the set list.
Well, all right.
Holy crap!
What they open with?
Well, they didn't open. There are about 33 songs, 35 songs in the night.
Yeah.
Probably about 27 of them were my set, So
Oh my God!
They didn't open with it, so I didn't know what was going to go on. They opened with Long Road, which should have been on my set list, but it wasn't. And then I forget what the next song was, and then they did Alone from Lost Dogs. I was like, oh wow, was on mine. And
so
then,
you thought maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
and then a few more started rolling out. And
how much time and effort did you put into writing that set list? I mean, did you think it out? Oh, this will flow great into the next song, or did you just put a bunch of songs you liked on there?
I just put I pretty much just put a bunch of songs.
Okay,
and I had some friends that I know that are hardcore.
So did you weave
the rest of the show is courtesy of Patrick Warburton.
Did you weave in hits and rarities and
Yes.
you? All right. So as a Pearl Jam fan, you had it in the back of your mind. I got to I when they were in town, I asked him to open up with "Release," which was my favorite Pearl Jam song, and he said, right, but he said no. But
Who do you think you are, Patrick Warburton?
Right. But he asked later. Because he was crafting the set list when he came in and did the interview with us when Eddie did that, and there's a song called "Comeback," which was on the last record, and I asked him to play that, and they did. So I don't know. This is I'm totally geeking out when talking to you about this, but I'm really glad you can appreciate it because as a Pearl Jam fan, it means a lot.
I was at a show one time. Well, this is the show when because my wife just knows how ridiculous it is, and. We're backstage, and Eddie gave me his Social Distortion T-shirt, and we're walking back to the car, and I haven't said a word, but my wife knows I'm just beside myself. He just gave me his email. I'm going to write a set list. He gave me his Social Distortion T-shirt, and right when we got to the car, I just looked at her, and I held the shirt up, and I sniffed it. Of course. and then I looked at her with this terrible frown on my face, and I go, "It's clean."
Now be honest.
Brilliant.
Is it your whoopee now?
Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Warburton.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Why'd you staple this in the right-hand corner?
Because if you notice, I messed up the left margins, so I couldn't staple it in the left.
Okay.
Wasn't it for a church event too?
It was.
And is in the left side evil?
Correct.
There you go.
That's why I did that.
The left side's evil?
Sure.
That's
The
why
left side is
That's why if you
evil.
write with your left hand, they used to hit you with a ruler to make you right.
Did they really? Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
That's right. I remember hearing that left-handed people were considered
Something.
touched by the devil or
wasn't
something
good.
like that.
The word "sinister" is from the Latin meaning left.
Shut up.
Oh.
And I think when you get your communion, you're not supposed to get it with your left hand. You're supposed to get it with your right.
I always do the chuck
No,
it.
they put it in your left hand.
Yeah, you're supposed to put your right hand on top of your left.
Yes, like this.
Not your left
Have
hand.
you been doing it wrong all these years? Kathy, you're evil.
This sow is mine.
Your mother is going
Oh
to
my
have a
God.
few words for you today.
She probably will. I'm going to ask her. I
My
don't think I
daughter's
believe you.
been seduced by the dark side.
Because you pick it up
She
then.
does everything right. She eats tomatoes to avoid anal cancer.
Because you pick it up and feed it to yourself with your right hand.
I don't know.
You know, that's what I always thought.
I don't know.
Okay.
Because it doesn't feel right to pick it up with my left.
Right.
But I had been doing it, I thought, the opposite way.
Go have mass in Ireland.
They're living a lie.
right?
Yeah. They just, like a Mississippi
Oh, really?
poker dealer. Yeah.
One of these days, I'm just going to go and pick it out with my fingers. He goes and hands it to me, and I'm not going to have
Can
him
I
place
pick
it.
my own?
Yeah.
Can I pick my own?
No, not
I
that
wanted
one.
that one.
The game we're going to play is young versus younger. All right, and we use that term young
Oh, I crack up at this.
loosely.
Yeah. I don't fall anywhere within the realm of younger-ish.
Marissa came up with a list of terms a while back that pertain to different generations, okay?
She did a good job.
She did a really good
hard,
job.
yeah.
So there are some terms on here on the younger list that might be a little fresh and new for us, the show members of the Preston and Steve Show, to know exactly what that means. Now, vice versa, we have a list called young, which is really old. And it's a list of terms that are kind of from an older generation. Not going way back, but something that we here, the members of the Preston and Steve Show, would definitely know what they are. But we want to see the younger members of our family, the Preston and Steve interns, if they know. Our interns playing this morning, we have intern Aaron. Hello, Aaron.
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Excellent. And Aaron's just learning how to use a microphone.
She's a video chick.
I wasn't thinking about it.
How long have you been here, by the way?
Since August.
Wow. Okay. All right. So she had the microphone like backwards. Not quite backwards,
that
but
bad.
pointed the wrong way. Then we have intern Sam. Hello, Sam.
Hi.
Sam, you're one of our, I guess, amongst this crew, one of the newer ones, right? How long have you been here?
Since September.
Since September. All right, just shortly after Aaron then. And then we have intern Chris, or 11, right?
Yep.
And where did you get the name 11 from?
At the Camp Out for Hunger at the Papa Shot Challenge, I scored 11 points.
That's all he can get.
Which I think is like an all-time low.
Yeah, 11 points.
Stephen Hawking got 13.
And Chris, you played this game last time.
I did.
You did pretty well.
Well, we all stunk.
Yeah.
All the interns stunk. I guess I was the least stinky.
Okay, so and we've done this only once before, and also joined us last time. We have intern Brianna. Hello, Brianna.
Hello.
And how long have you been here?
Since January.
Okay, all right. So you're the newest of the crew.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to try this out. And we're going to see how it goes. I have 8 callers on the line. So here's what we're going to do, guys. Because playing for the Preston and Steve Show will be Steve, Casey, Nick, and Kathy. I have the answers here, so I cannot play, and Marissa's in the other room.
For the same reason, Alex Trebek doesn't play Jeopardy.
Exactly. So I'm going to throw out a term. You're going to write it down. We'll give you a few seconds to write it down. Then I'm going to have to ask for an answer, no matter what it is. Okay. All right. Let's go with this one. Butt chugging.
Butt chugging.
Yes.
Butt chugging.
Yes. BUTT. Chugging is our number. Okay. Around the time of The Sixth Sense, who was Madonna dating? 215-263-WMMR. Let's see if you know the answer.
Trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
All right, brought to you by Jersey Mike's. They take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice, but they don't do it for fun. They do it for fresh, because slice to order makes a sub above. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King revealing how their 46-year friendship has lasted so long. Oprah says it's simple, explaining that Gayle knows when to keep her yap shut. Appearing in the new Glamour UK, Megan Fox and fiancé Machine Gun Kelly clear up rumors that they drink each other's blood. Kelly says the blood rumor is absolutely ridiculous, especially since they're well known as piss people.
Oh, my God.
And finally, Travis Scott has booked his first major show since the Astroworld tragedy in November. And not one to learn a lesson. Tickets for the show are gasping room only. That's your Hollywood Trash.
All right, we'll try to get an answer to the question this morning, and it is around the time of The Sixth Sense, who was Madonna dating? And it's Shauna that we're going to go to. Hey, Shauna, good morning.
Good morning.
Shauna. Do me a favor and tell me who Madonna was dating.
Haley Joel Osment.
Yes. Haley Joel Osment. Hang on a second. We'll get your info, and we're going to give you a $50 Bonefish Grill gift card. You can spring into seasonal specials at Bonefish Grill and enjoy jumbo shrimp skewers, prepared in a light citrus herb marinade or wood-grilled salmon caprese with gnocchi. And you can try pairing it with a refreshing strawberry citrus martini.
Sounds good.
Bonefishgrill.com to reserve your table today. By the way, that moment in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that where the vocal comes in, Shauna. What's his name? The director.
God almighty.
Dead guy in an envelope.
I
John
know, John Hughes. He did that in a couple of movies. He has another great one in 16 Candles with Clean Close Shave. and just these weird little unexpected
yeah.
Let My Cameron Go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where he got that idea to do that, I'll never know. It's
great.
It's just those magical little movie moments. Love it. All right, we got to do music news.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Dickhead. All right. We got some stories, and we'll start with Weezer. They might be headed to Sin City. Rivers Cuomo recently told Dave and Mahoney, as part of the Audacity check-in, that they are very much considering playing a residency in support of their upcoming 4-EP Seasons project. He said we could do at least 4 nights, if not longer, or maybe 4 nights a week, or for many weeks. Each night would be a season plus a bunch of other cool catalog songs. The release of the themed EPs kicked off with the Spring Seasons set, which was released last month. So, something they are considering. Avenged Sevenfold recently launched a benefit shirt for Ukraine to raise money for bulletproof vests. According to M Shadows, the proceeds bought many bulletproof vests for the Ukrainian people to save lives. The band personally matched the donation made for each shirt that was bought. M Shadows wrote via Instagram, "This is real life. Thank you to the community for supporting the cause. Our T-shirt donation bought many bulletproof vests for the Ukrainian people to save lives, sent directly to the people using them. Thank you." The shirt was illustrated by Ukrainian artist Crypto Vandals, by the way. Metallica's James Hetfield and Ernie Ball Strings have joined forces for Hetfield's signature line called Papa Het's Hardwired Master Course Signature Strings.
Wow.
Papa Het's new Hardwired Master Course set consists of a never-before-offered 11 to 50 gauge combo designed for his aggressive style. James said in the press release, "With all the companies we're with, we're super proud to be with Ernie Ball. For them to take on the challenge of, hey, I got an idea, you can do this. They've stepped up to the challenge, and I'm super proud." So now you can get your James Hetfield guitar strings. Kiss fans eager for a final reunion with the original members are feeling that much more hopeful after reading Gene Simmons' Twitter feed. Simmons, along with Paul Stanley, has been alternately demeaning towards and nostalgic about co-founding guitarist Ace Frehley over the last years. And now it
I miss
seems
those morons.
that, but now it seems to want him on board for the band's final victory lap. On Wednesday, Gene tweeted well wishes to Frehley for his 71st birthday.
I have a soft spot for those talentless freeloaders.
And he posted... He posted an open-ended offer to the guitar legend. He said, "Happy birthday, Ace, and many more. The invitations still stand.
As long as you crawl on your belly."
He said, jump up on stage with us for encores.
We'll have security push you off.
He said the fans would love it.
It would be good. I mean,
they need to
wrap
do
up
that.
this whole thing and
They
then not
need
do that.
Yeah.
I think fans would take it as, well, not an affront, but it's a proper way to wrap it up.
Oh, most definitely. They should absolutely do that. They should be there at least for the final show.
Yeah.
And get up on stage because have it come full circle, you know? So we'll see, but no word from Ace as of yet that I have seen. So that's it. Music news. Going to wrap it up right there. Case, you got some stuff I can give away, right?
I do. I want you to do that.
All right, movie screening passes. Yes, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We have a screening for this next Wednesday, 7 p.m. at the UA King of Prussia. The screening will be at 7 p.m., and it's a couple days before it opens in theaters, man. We got a ton of tickets. You know what? I'll take 7 callers right now.
Excellent.
First 7 callers, and we will put you in the seats to see that, man. Oh, so exciting. 215-263-WMMR. Let's get you on board. Give us a call right now. We'll take a break. We'll come back in a moment, and we'll get ready to wrap up the show. Letter of the day for the Word of the Week prize and more, so stay with us. You're correct. Yes. Alcohol enema for faster intoxication.
Yes.
That is correct. Nick?
Drinking a beer after it was poured through an ass crack.
Ah, incorrect. So Steve is the only one that got that right. That's okay, let's go to our interns, and it's younger. I'm going to give you a word from a previous generation, and let's see if you can figure out what this means. Malarkey.
Malarkey.
Let's go to Aaron, who is going to be playing for listener Fred. Aaron, what do you have for malarkey?
I put bull crap.
Bull crap. Yeah, we'll
Yep,
accept
that's
that.
right. Yes!
It's meaningless talk or nonsense. That is correct. So that means that listener Fred wins Big Short on Blu-ray, I believe.
Yes.
All right, and then let's go to Sam, who's playing for Ed. Sam, what do you have for Malarkey?
I also had crap.
All right, yes, we'll go along with that, too. Let's see. Chris, what did you have written down?
I put nonsense or crap.
That's it. Yes, absolutely correct.
They're rocking it today.
We'll get a prize for Matt on line 7. And then Brianna, let's see if we can do a clean sweep. Brianna, what did you say for Malarkey?
I'm the only one that got this wrong. I said nickname after a famous actor.
Nickname after a famous actor.
You know, Malarkey?
No. Do you remember an actor named Malarkey?
No, it just kind of sounded like a famous last name. I don't know.
Okay, all right. No, that's incorrect.
Oh, very Malarkey-esque in that performance.
Let's see. We're going to do an acronym, okay?
Okay.
Thought. T-H-O-T.
Oh, I know this one.
Thought. T-H-O-T? That is correct.
Oh, man.
All caps. T-H-O-T. Thought. Do you guys know what it is?
I didn't
Don't
know
say it.
I didn't know it stood for something.
I do.
Okay, all right. So
I think I know.
A couple of the youngers know
I'm
what
thinking
this
through
is.
this.
Let's go then to Steve first, and this is for listener James. Steve, what is thought?
Touching horse ovaries tactfully?
No, that is incorrect. Sorry.
Oh, man.
I will not tell you what the answer is until I get a correct answer. That is incorrect. Sorry, James. We got to let you go. Hold on, Casey. All right, so Casey is playing for Alec on line 2. Casey, what is yours? Thought?
Too hot ovaries testicles.
No, sorry. Incorrect. That is wrong. Buzz. Wrong answer. All right.
Preston's like, go camera 2. Ready,
Exactly.
camera 3.
I'm just going to direct. Kathy, what do you have for thoughts? T-H-O-T.
The hell out there.
The hell out there. You're actually the closest.
Ooh.
Yeah, you actually got one word right in that. So that means that Chris does not win. Is that who Kathy was playing for? All right, so for listener John, we go to Nick. Nick, what does thought stand for?
That hoe over there.
He's correct. That
How do you know that?
Over there.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these Bay and Thought and that kind of nonsense. Yes.
Chris, did you know that that's what it meant?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right. So fair enough. Write this down. Hepcat. H-E-P-C-A-T.
There we go.
That's actually even before our
I don't know what that is.
our time. Hepcat.
Good luck with that one.
Look at the look on Brianna's face.
Preston,
Is it like an acronym?
well, we're not going to give you the answer to that. How are you going to
I
determine?
hate these terms.
Hepcat. Hey, Preston, how about Ovodio Doe?
Yeah, right. We'll throw that one in there too. So it's of the same era. All right, Hepcat. You guys got it written down? All right, let's go to Aaron. You're playing for listener Evan. Aaron?
I know this is wrong. An STD test.
No, it is not an STD test.
I wish Hepcat was an STD test.
Sorry, Evan, we got to let you go.
I don't know what it is, and that's what I thought. It sounds like an STD.
All right, let's go to Sam next. Sam, what do you think Hepcat is?
It sounds like a part on a car, like the Hepcat is broken.
That's a good guess, but that's way
Sounds like
off.
hubcap, right?
So sorry, Jay, you don't get anything. Chris is playing for listener Steve. Chris, what's a Hepcat?
I put like a test a nurse would take.
A test a nurse would take. Kind of like the LSAT.
I got a 550 on my Hepcat.
No! Sorry, Steve. All right, and then listener Kim, Brianna is playing for you. Brianna, what do you have as a Hepcat?
I'm sorry, Kim. I said scanner.
A scanner. No, that is incorrect. So, Kim, we got to let you go.
Do you guys know what it is? What a Hepcat is?
I don't know.
It's a
Cool
cool
person.
guy. Cool person.
Yeah.
He's a Hepcat.
Is a term for jazz and beatnik subculture.
Yeah.
So that's what that means. All right, here's one for you guys. Throwing shade. What does throwing shade mean? What does throwing shade mean?
Insulting or disparaging?
That is absolutely correct. Talk trash about a friend or acquaintance to publicly denounce or disrespect. Ding, ding, ding. Thank
Ready,
you.
Bell? Q Bell?
Yeah, Q Bell.
I'm the worst.
Kathy, what does throwing shade mean to you?
I just want to say, I wasn't kidding. Like, I heard that, and I wrote down the first thing I thought it meant, and I put sunglasses on.
Oh, my God. What? That's shades. I thought we were going to nail this.
Sorry,
one.
listener Brian, you don't get anything. Nice job, intern. You kicked ass. A new study confirms why we close our eyes when we kiss.
Oh.
Do you close your eyes when you kiss?
I do.
Yeah.
Open them occasionally, but no, I don't stand there wide-eyed the whole time.
Your face looks funny this close.
Well, that's why you close your eyes. You can't see, right?
I think. So why do you do it?
When it comes to kissing, we close our eyes in order to focus on the physical sensation of kissing. So
It's interesting because my wife and her brothers, a couple of her brothers, will close their eyes when they're eating, when they actually are chewing, and that would be in line with this.
Yeah, to take in a little bit more, to cut off
one sense.
One sense you can focus, you can sharpen the other ones a little bit more.
Why do you squint during a handy?
Maybe it hurts and you don't know.
Yeah, loosen that.
Take the welding glove off.
You don't want to look at him right in the eye.
Sorry about accidentally texting you. I hope this makes up.
But honestly, when something really does taste good, don't you go, oh,
you do.
Close your eyes. I'm a sensual eater.
You are.
Oh, God. Dude,
yesterday you were doing it yesterday with that chicken.
Oh yeah, G-O-Z-O. I know.
Do you on Thanksgiving? Do you stick your head down and lick the stuffing out of the turkey?
Dude, Thanksgiving is a bit of an orgy.
Yeah, oh my God.
For me,
it's very sexual.
It's my favorite. It is my favorite holiday of the year because of the food thing. Last night I had tiramisu ice cream from Brewster's. Oh man, and I was driving and closing my eyes.
Is your mouth watering
I'm actually salivating a little bit.
But it is.
Did you hear
it's
it?
sexual, right? I mean, it is. I was having roasted vaginas and boob soup last night, and I'm like, this is very sexual.
Boob soup. Hey, Preston, I thought I don't normally suffer from this where you get annoyed at people eating and the sounds of it. But on Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday last week, I was going to jump across the table and strangle you.
Me?
It was Preston, yeah.
Really?
With those soy crisps. Every single one, you were like, you put it in your mouth and it's
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
First bite is always super loud.
But how else are you going to eat them?
I know.
They're crispy.
But I know what Casey's
And I eat one
talking
at a
about.
time.
I know what Casey's talking
Was your
about.
mouth closed?
Yeah.
Then you can't suppress the crunch.
I don't. Well, that's a good ad. That's a good ad slogan. You can't suppress the crunch. How did you guys fare in Lent anyway? Is it done? Are you done? You finished?
I actually did great. I'm very proud of myself for how I did. I gave up chocolate,
and
I still haven't had it. Although technically, yesterday I was allowed to have chocolate.
Why? Why yesterday?
Because it's after the Holy,
crucifixion.
The Holy Thursday vigil. You're allowed to.
Did you do Sundays?
No.
So you haven't
all right,
had it.
So technically, all right. So I didn't do Sundays, but I did. All right. So hear me out here.
Okay.
I bought Skinny Cow ice cream cones, and the kind that I bought it on the box, because everything Skinny Cow had was chocolate based, except for these one ice cream cones. It was an ice cream cone, vanilla ice cream with caramel drizzle. All right. What I didn't know was that the cone was laced in chocolate.
I'm seeing a whole new business here, Preston. Lent lawyers who can argue your case.
Yes.
But luckily,
it is. There's
Dear Father, my client was unaware that the drizzle was, in fact, chocolate on the box, and I want to enter into Exhibit A. It says caramel.
It is, though. It's always like you always have to have. There's always a reason. Like, well, here's why.
Yeah, heavenly lawyer.
Let lawyers.
You walked outside.
Yeah.
It's freezing because of the wind.
It looks really nice out.
Yeah.
But you can see outside in our parking lot, the trees are swaying all over the place. So we're going to have that to deal with today. 64 and sunny tomorrow, 68 on Saturday and sunny. So it's getting better. Sunday will be 70 degrees, but cloudy. So we shall enjoy by the time we get to there. I want to thank Mitch Fatel. Mitch, a good friend of the show, is appearing at Punchline tonight, Friday, and Saturday. And you can get your tickets at punchlinephilly.com. So it was cool to spend some time with Mitch again. And how great was Sheryl Crow?
Great. Awesome. Can't wait to see the documentary.
Yeah, me too. What a talent. And her new documentary is just called Cheryl, and it'll be out on Showtime on Friday, next Friday. And she has an album that's going to accompany that with her hits on it, and then some, that appear obviously in the documentary, but also some new music as well. And so that'll be cool. So it was nice to have them on the program this morning. We need to do the letter of the day. Case, are you qualified?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right, and the Preston and Steve show is brought to you today by the letter
E. And I wasn't sure if I should do Eagles because of the draft tonight or elimination because of the Sixers game tonight, but we'll go both.
Either one works. So we have a Buena Vesa Ultimate Summer Tailgate Party Pack to give away 4 cases of Stone Brewing's Buena Vesa, a variety case of other Stone Brewing beers, 3 Buena Vesa branded cornhole sets, a Stone Brewing Easy Up tent, Stone Brewing flags, and a bunch of Buena Vesa t-shirts as well. This summer, enjoy Stone Brewing's Buena Vesa, a Baja-inspired Mexican lager brewed with sea salt and lime. And you can visit find.stonebrewing.com to find Buena Vesa near you. With all of that, I will just thank our sponsors, I guess.
It seems the right thing to do.
It seems. Yes. So the Preston and Steve Show has been brought to you today by Dunkin', and the official coffee of the Preston and Steve Show, of course, is Dunkin'. Also brought to you by Acme Markets. Get your free flu shot or COVID-19 booster at their pharmacy. Acme, fresh foods, local flavors. And finally, brought to you by Family and Company Jewelers, the best selection for all the moms in your life. Family and Company Jewelers, South Jersey's diamond destination. Tomorrow, there's no Sad Bro.
Yay!
It'll be Friday.
It's
Which
technically
means,
right now.
Actually, right now is Friday.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Tomorrow, we will have Rory Culkin in.
Nice.
Rory is related, obviously, to the other Culkins.
He's one of the talented Culkins.
Yep. So we will talk to Rory, and we will also have Kevin Smith on our show tomorrow. And Kathy's got her hand raised.
Yeah. Hey, so Kathy's Cuts is on Monday. It's been sold out. We're starting to get a few cancellations. There's one that's open on the website right now. So if you didn't get in and you still want to get your hair cut, check the website today and over the weekend. And if anything opens up, it'll be there.
All right. Excellent. We're not going to tell you to rage on yet. The outro music is playing, though. But Pierre Robert?
Just don't forget tomorrow is also our birthday.
Yes.
It's our You Call It all day, today, tomorrow.
54 years young.
That's right.
So that'll
Love
be
it.
tomorrow. Excellent. Thank you, Pierre Robert. That's it. We're done. Rage on. Have a great day.
Prepare to be right.
We'll see you tomorrow, gang.